Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Pick a Side podcast. My name is Moran and I'm here with River Brown, Andrew Velez, and Joe Dehls. It's now episode 300. In this episode, we're joined by Pierre to do a peak-for-peak draft featuring 2000s and 2010 players, talk about the biggest what-ifs in the last 10 years, compare Paul Pierce-Carmelo PG, and give some hot takes for the 23-24 season. Pierre, episode 300, Pick a Side P's on the show.
How else would we have it, man? How the fuck else would we have it?
Now, y'all
doing,
supposed
Pierre?
to wire, if we being honest.
That's
But,
all right, man. Y'all busy.
It's a real busy week, man. Shout out to KB. I want to give a big shout out to KB because he got a wedding days away, man.
It's happening finally.
Nice.
That shit crazy. I can't believe it's here. It's like it's closed. My girl the other day, we went to like 7 stores looking for some shoes. And I'm like, what's she looking for these shoes for? And then that's when I found out KB wedding is like days away. So shout out to KB. Shout out to my boy D Mills too. D Mills would have been here, but he drove to Milwaukee to see Drake.
Damn.
So
Dedication. Some shit I would do.
I hope my boy. That I don't think that's a long drive. That's probably like an hour and some change. So shout out to him, man. I hope he have a safe travel there and back because we got the podcast in the morning. But I went to go see Drake in New York. Shout out to the OVO guys, hooked us up. But it's a good show. So if y'all can drive, if you driving distance, go see Drizzy, man. He put on a show. But yeah. And then Mike, I don't know what Mike doing, man. I told y'all Mike probably high. Mike texted me like, man, I forgot I had a stream to do. Tell them. And I was gonna be like, I was finna tell him, you tell them yourself, motherfucker, because you told me you was gonna do it. But shout out to my boy Mike, though.
And Santos with the $100 super chat for episode 3.
Hey, legend, man.
Santos, I'll drop my cash out.
Last shout out I want to give is to our guy Justin Alba. He had to unfortunately go through another round of chemotherapy. Today's his last round of chemo for the hope, God willing, the last time. So I want to give you some love, Justin.
We're gonna speak that into existence. This is the last one.
That's a fact. This is the last one.
Now, before we get into episode 300, just a quick announcement from our partners at Mojo. Their sports book is now meeting fantasy. It's coming this fall. Daily player prop contest with real cash prizes. If you join the wait list, link is in our bio right now. You will get a chance to win 2 Super Bowl tickets in Las Vegas and also travel to an NFL game. And listen, you got the same things you would have with normal sports book. Yep. You have player props. They have contests just like they would have an underground and an underdog fantasy as well. And you could even check your portfolio. We got the images on the screen and how the layout's going to look. So yeah, Mojo is now doing DFS. They'll be available in 30 states. And the confirmed one so far is California, Texas, Florida, Illinois, North Carolina, DC, Rhode Island, Georgia, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, New Mexico, Oregon, and Wyoming.
I respect you for reading those.
Yeah.
I'm assuming New York and New Jersey as well.
No, I don't think so.
Wow. These damn laws, man. Unbelievable.
DFS is just not available in New Jersey.
I really don't understand why, though.
You still go on Mojo if you're in New Jersey, though. You could,
of
long
course,
and short players.
But it does blow my mind why
Especially since
it's
we
not
have
allowed.
sports gambling,
Exactly. We
not
have
DFS.
everything available to us in New Jersey except daily
Wait till I
fantasy.
become the governor.
You gonna make shit right?
Fix shit up.
Oh.
If you are in New Jersey, though, I think you get the best aspect of Mojo.
No,
Being
definitely.
able to go long and short stuff.
No, definitely.
That's the best aspect.
We got
of Mojo.
sports betting, So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the
like-
stock
got a lot
market's
of them
elite.
shits,
The stock
man.
market's elite.
So yeah, you can join the wait list. Link is in our bio. For the first topic of this episode, we're gonna get deep into our bags with peak players
Tony Parker.
from the 2000s.
It's not gonna be that deep. It's not gonna be that deep. It's peaks.
Deserve that?
You did deserve
You did deserve that. You deserved it because you were talking shit before the show, saying you're getting your bag.
Okay, Darren Williams. I see what's going on.
Come on, there's levels.
They
There's
gave
levels.
me
There's
the Darren
levels.
Williams.
So Pierre, last episode we did a forgotten players draft with OG. He was on the show. Shout out to OG.
Shout out, G.
And-
Forgotten players draft is so much better than the peaks. I ain't gonna lie.
It is. Riv was bragging to us like, yo, I'm about to get deep into my bag with the players I draft. First pick was Tony Parker.
Shit killed me.
Forgotten players.
Exactly. Let me be kind.
Who should have been his first pick?
OG chose Baron Davis. I mean, these guys aren't forgotten, but these are like, but still, it's like high level.
These are some weak ass
Out
picks.
4 All-Stars. So Riv went and looked who's the best player who had 4 less All-Stars. I get it. That's what I did with Darren Williams.
If you were doing one pick, Pierre, who would be your one pick for forgotten player?
Forgotten player. How far back are y'all going?
2000s.
Oh man, 2000s forgotten player. Probably like Lamar Odom.
Okay. Even though
never was, but I would do forgotten player. Mean he was never an all-star. We're not doing 4 or less.
Like an Al Harrington, like something along
those lines. Exactly.
Like a Sam
Cassell. You know what I'm saying? J.R. Smith. But J.R. won't ever be forgotten because of the antics, the Henny shit, the shirtless parade.
The championship might go. How could you be forgotten?
Twice.
Big facts. He was on that Lakers team.
Yeah, somebody like Rasheed Wallace or some shit like that.
Facts. Antoine Jameson.
Rasheed, there you go. But those guys are also all-stars, so I don't know.
Guys are just on my team, you know.
Steve Francis.
So Steve Francis went undrafted.
I had him on the board.
He went undrafted.
Tony Parker is wild, though.
Tony Parker was crazy.
So Riv pivoted from the Tony Parker pick because we said it's unacceptable. So the next 2 were Billups and Richard Hamilton starting back.
No, he's belittling you right now. Why is he doing this to you? Let's not forget that he tried to draft Pau Gasol.
Wait, no,
also.
He's lying. He's lying. I picked Camby before I picked Rip.
You did.
I picked
But your starting backcourt is the 2004 Finals starting backcourt.
What's everybody else's team?
Yeah. Run it up.
My team was Sam Cassell.
I like it.
Asia.
Hold up.
Forgotten? You don't think he's somewhat forgotten?
No.
Come on. Why?
You should have renamed the topic, bro.
He's the best shooter ever.
Asia.
Of the 2000s. I mean, obviously,
you had to be specific with that.
Okay, so
to me, he is. When you go back to his time, he was shooting 8 threes a game. They doing that now. He was doing that in 2007 or some shit. That's unheard of.
A little bit before that.
My starting 5 was Sam Cassell, Michael Finley, Peja, Kurylenko, and then I took second year Joakim Noah.
Specifically second year.
That's before 2010s. We had to do 2000.
I like that team. I think Andre Karolinko is actually who should have been the first pick. That's actually that's a good one.
I went Andre Miller, Mike Bibby, Jerry Stackhouse, Antoine Jameson, who Jerry Stackhouse now been recently in the news. Antoine Jameson and Rasheed Lewis.
Rashard Lewis.
Rashard Lewis. Facts.
What position he playing for you?
In the 5.
Oh, listen, I'm playing I'm playing small ball before small ball was around. I'm bringing small ball to the 2000s.
Holy shit!
Darren Williams, Monta Ellis, Danny Granger, David West, Andrew Bynum.
Woo! We got a winner.
Now that team was nice, but there was definitely some like borderline guys in here.
There was borderline.
You had all the
I would say we're gonna get away with it.
We did let you get away with the bunch of it. The team is fire.
What's your team again, Drew?
I got Andre Miller.
I like that.
Andre Miller, Mike Bibby, Jerry Stackhouse, Antoine Jameson, and Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, I like Rashard Lewis and Antoine Jameson. Damn, y'all motherfuckers ain't got no love for Brandon Roy.
But he wasn't forgotten. I said to Joel very specifically, you cannot choose Brandon Roy because he's not forgotten.
So what the fuck is Darren Williams?
I know. It was fringe.
We were not.
It was fringe.
Yeah, we was just like, fuck it.
Okay.
Should have just been like 0 all-star appearances.
For real, because if Andre Karolinko works and Peja Stojakovic works, Brandon Roy and Brandon Roy should probably work.
Bunch of Mickey Mouse picks.
Joakim Noah.
So I guess by association, my team's the best.
Respect Joakim.
I don't like your backcourt, Drew.
Nah, it's not great.
Andre Miller and Mike Bibby.
Andre Miller. Listen, respect Mike Bibby. Come on, bro.
I love Mike Bibby, but I don't want him as my shooting guard.
Who's your 5,
bro? He's gonna be running the point. It's gonna be a lot of ball movement.
I had Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Michael Redd, Josh Smith, and Marcus Camby.
So Michael Redd makes it, but not Brandon Roy. Yo, y'all, who wanted Brandon Roy? Who wanted Brandon Roy?
I wanted
Joel wanted Brandon.
Oh, y'all did Joel dirty, man.
I guess
Joel dirty.
It's because I saw his tweet earlier. And I was just like, let's be real, bro. People talk about Brandon Roy, be like, we're going to talk about what ifs, right? Obviously, it's going to be the last 10 years, but that's a little bit more than 10 years.
That's why he's forgotten, because they say the what if. So when you talk about the best shooting guards of the 2010s, they don't say Brandon Roy because they always saying what if. But if you do the 2000s, who did we just say? Who did Riv have?
He had Chauncey,
Billups, Rip, Redd, Josh
Red.
Smith, Marcus.
Michael Red name gonna come up. But I like Monte Ellis one. That's
Monte Ellis was a great
my,
selection.
No, that was my second pick. That was my second pick.
That was I didn't know you had that in you. I'll be honest. I didn't see that coming.
You said you were getting to your bag, bro.
Yeah, he got into his bag.
Yeah, you picked that up. I gave you that.
I didn't even think Monte Ellis. I thought that was be borderline too, but I don't think he has any All-Stars.
No,
Monte
does not. Monte Ellis
He's
never made
definitely
All-Star.
forgotten. So when you did it, I think I dapped you. I was like,
You did.
The least expected ends up getting.
That was before you were at the Warriors, so it's okay.
I remember them days.
Okay.
That was
his best season was the
I was gonna say the Bucks, him and Brandon.
Name 7 players from them Warriors teams, Rev, since you remember them days.
No, I said I remember Monte. I don't remember.
I can remember though. I can.
I don't
talk to me. Who on them teams?
Andres Beardrins, Anthony Randolph, Darrell Wright.
Was Azubuike there? Yep.
Azubuike was there. Young Steph Curry. If we're not talking about young Steph Curry,
no,
Baron
Steven
Davis
Jackson,
was there. Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes.
Y'all blending times now. Darrell Wright ain't play with
some time.
What year, Monte? We talking about?
His second year was the We Believe season, I believe.
Yes.
His second year was the We Believe season. He was there. I think he was coming off the bench. Jason
first
Richardson
season was
there,
2011, 2012.
Yeah, he came off the bench for Jason Richardson.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm capping.
I'm lying.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Excuse me.
So that was the best version. When you say We Believe, that's why I said that. We Believe ain't Darrell Wright. It ain't Steph Curry. We Believe.
Nah. That's
Al Harrington.
That team doesn't split up.
That was when they had the old fire jerseys.
Yes.
You want me to read that 2005, 2006 Warriors team?
Matt Barnes, Michael Petrius, Kalin Azubuike.
He was like a 25-point per game scorer.
Michael Petrius is forgotten. Yeah, that would have been a good name.
He played with Boston.
He did.
Got a ring.
Play with Orlando.
Yeah. Them too, right?
Played Orlando. Yeah.
That's his best year.
He was a solid player for sure.
Let's get into this peak versus peak draft. Now we're going to be combining the 2000s and the 2010s era to come up with the best possible teams. Here's some rules, though. We cannot double dip. If you choose 2016 LeBron, you cannot choose 07 or 2012 LeBron. It's only one player per person.
Rib was pushing for it hard. We're not letting
I liked it. That's stupid.
First of all, y'all gotta stop.
It was stupid, bro.
Y'all gotta stop.
It really has been the first, let's say 15 minutes of this podcast on you. So I apologize,
bro.
I wasn't calling Rib stupid. I was just saying, like, to have 3 LeBron James.
I said crazy. LeBron was the guy. LeBron was the guy. You can't do it. I said you can't do it.
He's got 3 Hall of Fame careers.
It's like KG was like, you could mini boss it. You could do whatever.
It's not LeBron's fault. He has 3 Hall of Fame.
Y'all ever play 2K and it's like that? Like, I be playing my team with some of my homies and we both got LeBron. That shit annoys me. Like, nah, nigga, you gotta go.
I want to run teams all the fucking time. You can't just stay in one place or 2 places.
Hey, that's a great point.
Just keep running back and forth everywhere.
Yeah. Y'all gotta bear with me too. When I pick a player, I'm gonna have to go see what version I want. Y'all done prepared for this.
All right, bro.
All right, no doubt. Listen, and you're gonna have the first overall pick because you are a guest for episode 300. So you got LeBron, you got Kobe.
Crazy before we started.
I know it's insane.
Before the show, we said he was getting the first pick.
We did the opposite of last episode.
Yeah, that means that Andrew would have got the first pick.
No, that
means
it
would have been.
That means he's still.
So you get the last pick.
Yes.
Oh, so I get number 2.
Whoa,
Bro, I got the last pick last time.
Before the show started, we agreed on that.
I didn't agree on shit.
Well,
it's done.
Outnumbered.
It's already
done
finite.
because
Well, how about this? Since I'm so great at drafting,
here he goes.
I'll forfeit my. I want to trade my pick.
Listen, you can be all modest, you can be all humble, bro. You're taking the first.
It's
pick.
not being humble. I'm just saying.
You get back to back.
Listen. Okay.
I'm being sarcastic.
If you're doing that, Pierre, then let's do this. Drew gets the first pick because he's down to take LeBron James. So he'll take LeBron with the first pick. You let us know the version.
But this is also what I will say. If I'm giving on my first pick, that means that these teams have to be built to coexist. Don't tell me you got LeBron, Shaq at the power forward, Dikembe Mutombo at 5. I don't want to hit Rashard Lewis at center.
So we're being strict with positions. That's what you're saying.
We judging these teams off.
So let me ask you a question. When I put LeBron James at the point guard, you're going to be mad at me?
You're losing me, bro.
Why, bro? He
has to be small.
That means he has to. No, that means he has to be that version. He has to be that version.
Fuck.
Yeah, you want that one? You don't want that one at all.
He's a champion.
Yeah, but you don't want that.
No, that's not.
It's one LeBron James to have, and the fact that you overthinking it already.
Hey, listen,
you have that first pick.
Listen, everyone loves to say that 2013 LeBron James, the best LeBron James. I understand where it's coming from. Athletically, that's where he was at his peak. I say it very constantly. That 2018 LeBron James was the best LeBron James, the best version of LeBron James, because mentally he had the game 100% figured out. So, yeah, I'll go 2013 for the sake of conversation, but I stay very firmly. 2018 is the best LeBron James to me.
You could have picked whoever you want.
So you're picking 2018 LeBron James with your first overall pick.
Like I just said, I'm going with 13 for this segment's sake, but in my opinion, I believe 18 is the best. All right, fuck it then. 18 LeBron.
There you go.
You fumbled the bag on that.
Take who you want, bro.
Even though I said I'm taking 13,
But you were kind of giving us that. I don't really want 13, but I'm pick 13 because you guys want to pick 13.
It's like universally accepted to everyone. That
like
as much as I like LeBron, I don't want him. He's too hard to build around.
Oh, be quiet.
Here we go, Dehls.
Here we go.
Christ.
There's really between two people right now, but there's such a gap in that center position. Taking 2,000 Shaq.
I like
taking
that.
2,000.
I like
Shaq.
that a lot.
We're going to have to build some shooters around him for sure, but 2,000 Shaq.
You're good, bro. You don't have to worry about shit else. Just put some guys around him.
I'm looking at who I want with my next pick. I definitely am looking for Kobe Bean Bryant. It's one of my favorite players of all time.
Is it?
But yes, of course it is.
Wow.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh.
Kobe Bryant. How you gonna tell me?
We just never heard it from him. We never heard it. We've never heard it. We've never heard it.
Y'all off to a crazy
We ever heard it.
I didn't say anything.
Why don't we talk about Kobe though? That's a good point.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm thinking about what version I want of Kobe Bryant. 2009 Kobe was great. 2010 Kobe was amazing.
I'm crying.
06 Kobe when he averaged 30.
Let me ask you a question. Is Steph Curry entering your matrix right now?
Please stop. Good. I'm glad.
No, he's not entering your matrix.
Talk about peak here.
I mean, we're talking about a unanimous MVP.
Oh yeah, I understand.
One of the all-time great seasons. I'm just wondering.
That's not one of my favorite players, though. Kobe's one of my favorite players.
But we're trying to build the best.
So then you're thinking about Harden.
I definitely was thinking about it, but I think I could get him on a go around though.
You would definitely 1000% get him on the go around.
Yeah,
like the fourth round, the fifth round, you'll be able to get him.
If you mean second round,
no, there's like no shot.
No.
Like you'll be able to get Harden late.
Get out of here. So, all right, I'm gonna go with 2010 Kobe Bryant.
Okay,
coming back in the finals, winning Game 7, one of the most historic moments in NBA history. I'm going with 2010 Kobe Bryant.
Even though that Game 7 wasn't his most fine moment.
He averaged 30 in the series. I don't care about the Game 7.
Got it.
All right, quick pick. 16 Steph. Come on, Pee Wee.
Amazing selection.
No, pizza. I was gonna say.
Tim Duncan. 02.
Yeah, that was it.
Is that who you want?
I was gonna go on the back-to-back. I was gonna go Timmy.
There was no way you were getting Steph on the comeback.
I got the guy who I probably would have took with my first pick at 5.
Tim Duncan.
If he would have went first, I would have got Steph.
You would have taken Tim Duncan over LeBron. You're chatting.
Okay. Seen the dude be able to coexist with others, lead the back line of a defense, play with another big, be the big, play with ball handlers, I like that. I like who I can build around.
Teams and won championships.
Who?
LeBron James.
Yeah, because he recruited motherfuckers. Tim Duncan never had to recruit a motherfucker. Tim Duncan never went and got KG or Dirk or Kobe. He just popping them boys just drafted motherfuckers. He said, "I'll play with them." Manu Ginobili, last pick of the draft. We'll make him work.
You saying it that way is funny, but
Kawhi Leonard,
right?
San Diego. We'll turn him to a star.
Antonio Spurs just knew what the fuck they were doing.
So yeah, give me Timmy.
I like that.
Now my next pick, I can go two ways. I can solidify myself defensively. I can get shit. Give me Kawhi Leonard 2019.
Oh, wow. What a selection.
We just gonna spur it up.
What a selection.
I need defense and I need scoring.
I like that.
I can
give me guys who didn't struggle with Steph Curry. Give me guys who didn't struggle with LeBron James.
Kawhi struggled.
Is that the same dude I seen look back like, oh fuck?
And what happened
when Kawhi was checking it? They lost.
Wait, so we forget? No, that was 2013,
Kawhi, right?
Yes,
I took Kawhi.
I could go offensively.
No, Kawhi and them beat the Big Three Heat.
That was the year after.
But the Big Three Heat should never have lost. Remember, they were supposed to win not 1, not 2,
don't do that.
not 3.
You're talking nasty so far.
I'm speaking facts.
This is tough.
Pete Cookie would agree.
It's not tough, but you're making it tougher because you dislike the player.
Who?
Kevin Durant. The next pick is Kevin Durant.
It should be.
No. I want to know because he picked Tim Duncan. I could match that and pick this other guy, or because he has Shaq, he has Tim Duncan. I don't need no skinny, fraily dude down low with them boys. I need something beefy.
That's how you like it.
Everybody at home, this is why you draft with here and not here. You don't draft with your heart. Drafting with your heart is how you look back and be like, damn, we picked Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. Motherfucker picked 2010 Kobe. Are you shitting me?
You didn't like that one?
Kobe Bryant has a year where he averaged almost 40 points a game.
Yeah. That's facts. He had the year, but that's because he was playing with little to no talent.
Who did you just say?
He was playing little to no talent. Since when did the NBA have no talent?
He was playing with little to no
He
talent.
took those motherfuckers to the playoffs.
Oh, yeah,
Name another nigga that can take.
But I'd rather have the
No,
version of Kobe
I got my
Bryant
pick.
with more talent was still able to average close to 30 points per game while giving you elite defensive production and while capping off that season an NBA championship.
That's a box score number. If
That's
you
a-
watch
a point per game is a box score
2005,
number.
when you watch 2005, 2006 Kobe Bryant, nobody could stop him. I don't give a fuck who was defensive player, whatever. They couldn't stop him. Smush Parker and fucking Kwame Brown should have never had a playoff appearance. And they was up 3-1 on the Phoenix Suns, one of the best teams of that generation at the time, who was everybody's pick to win a championship. He had them boys backs against the wall. Come on, man.
So you're telling me they would? You telling me 09 and 2010 Kobe could be stopped?
2019.
That makes life easy.
What? Say it again.
You telling me 09 and 2010 Kobe could be stopped? Because your argument
There is
is
no
that,
Kobe that can be stopped. His last game, he had 60 fucking
exactly.
points.
So if we talking about,
But
the
I'm
only
just saying, you
difference
value
between-
in that championship. I don't value the championship is cool, but it's like I'm not getting shit twisted up.
I value the championship because the
having a
playoff run was exceptional.
Having a championship don't mean that that's your best version because you had a better team around you.
What's the best version of Kawhi Leonard?
The one with the Raptors.
Regular season 2017 Kawhi with the Spurs was better than 2019 Kawhi Leonard.
Give me the one with the Raptors because I'm going on that playoff run where the motherfucker was unstoppable. But even if they didn't win the ring, I would still say that because he was unstoppable.
That's why I'm
hit shot after
That's
shot
essentially
after
what
shot.
Joel's saying.
That's why I'm picking
Kobe in
2010
2010.
But I'm not adding it because he had a ring. I'm talking about me seeing moments of a nigga being unstoppable. Kobe had that all year in that year.
But how do you?
He's
how do you
saying
get
that
to
because they had
ring?
a ring.
Kobe
Because he
got
played
to
with
that
more
ring.
talent.
But Kobe was averaging 30 in the playoffs that year. The playoff run was exceptional as well. Nobody could stop him. He was beating every team in the West. The Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets. He beat the Celtics, the big three Celtics, the super team Celtics. He beat them.
But this is what I'm saying. He should have beat them. He had more talent.
The Celtics were up 3-2.
I don't give a fuck. What does that mean?
The Lakers had.
blew it.
I am, bro.
Celtics did blow it that year.
No. You understand what you misunderstanding what I'm saying. More talent. I'm not saying the Lakers had more talent than the Celtics, even though that's arguable. When I said he had more talent, I'm talking about his team in 05, 06 versus his team when they won those two championships.
Oh, no doubt.
Smush Parker and all those motherfuckers cannot compete with Gasol, Lamar Odom, Meta World Peace.
I get what you're
That's
saying
easy.
now, yeah.
That's easy.
Oh, no doubt.
I think that the Celtics, Lakers, those teams was even, in my opinion.
So then,
05-06, Kobe had a garbage team and still did his thing.
Kobe's
He carried that. I'm not saying he didn't carry them, but when I look at totality, even though he played with the better team in 2010, he capped 09 and 2010 with championships back. He won. He two-peated. 2010 was the year that he solidified himself over Shaq all time. So I'm taking that year more into account than the 05 and 06.
How would you feel about him? How would you feel about him if they lost the championships? Because that's what I'm saying.
so would you have taken the 08-09 Kobe Bryant then, if that's the difference? Because
Yeah, but they
08-09
didn't,
he was
but
still dominant.
Now we're going off hypotheticals.
No,
He
but I'm
won.
saying
we'll
I'm
get
with
to that
you.
later.
But I'm saying, let's say he didn't win that championship. Would you have gone that 08-09?
08-09, I'd go over 2010. Yeah,
All right.
because of the championship run.
Right. So you're valuing that shit on the championship is what I'm saying. I think that player,
I understand.
a peak player ain't because they won a championship.
But that's my
There's plenty of
rationale.
players who have higher peaks than the year they won a championship.
That's my rationale.
So now
with LeBron
question to
13
you.
and 18.
What's the best version of James Harden to you?
It's
The
18.
best version of James Harden is one of those years with the Rockets. I can't remember the Rockets
18
year.
Rockets.
The 18 Rockets, he won MVP. In 19, he averaged 35.
Is which one did he win MVP with Chris Paul?
He did.
Yes.
Fuck, I don't want that one. I want the one without Chris Paul.
The year after.
That's my no. Before
he
Chris
had
Paul.
Chris
That's
Paul
what-
still there,
before
too.
the WCF when
With
before
him and
Chris
Dwight?
Paul. Yeah, you talking about with Dwight.
That's not the best.
That
version
one
of
wasn't
Harden,
him
though.
because I was gonna say, wasn't there a game where he got benched?
But what are you? But again, I don't gauge the shit off of a basketball reference because I watch basketball, so I don't need to say James Harden can score. That he can score. What the fuck? I don't need
your argument for Kobe. You choosing 05, 06 Kobe.
Because I watched it and seen the nigga not be
in
stopped.
2010, Kobe Bryant was not. You again, same shit. He could not be fucking stopped.
Yeah, but I think it's a difference when you have a person like Lamar and Gasol who can take so much attention and run that triangle a lot better versus me being a kid being like, man, my boy Kobe and I'm finna suck this year. And them motherfuckers is really thrashing motherfuckers and keeping up in the West. And you have to understand, at that time, I was probably 11 years old. I never heard of a Smush Parker before, bro.
I'm with you.
You got to understand.
I'm with you. And listen, on the team level, of course, that Lakers team was due.
Who was in the league right now? Imagine if Devin Booker popped up right on the Suns, and out of his 4 teammates, 2 of them you never heard of. I'm talking about this is Dragon Bender, this is fucking Tyler Ulis.
Well, he went
or Archie Goodwin, and them boys go to the playoffs, and he averaging 35, 36, and you seeing him go against Kawhi, giving him 40. You seeing him go against the top-ranked defense, he gave him 45. I'm talking about that's a different level. When you're the only guy on your team, and everybody knows you're that guy, and you also surrounded by, I don't want to call them weak because they pro players, but they're not as good of the average NBA talent, and you still get your shit off to win. To me, that's just different. But everybody values everything differently.
All right, Riv. Now it's finally up to your selection.
Golden State, Kevin Durant.
Which year? 2017?
2018.
Wasn't 2017 MVP? The year?
Yeah, I'll take Kevin Durant and Golden State.
That's whack.
Why?
Because he wasn't playing that same level of ball, man.
Says
I mean, that was the best version of
KD. What are we doing?
I'm sorry.
MVP season.
That was probably his best defensive seasons ever.
It was.
He averaged 35.
I got you. Because listen, now I'm going to go off what P's saying. The team supporting cast around him made that a lot easier for him.
We're going to do it again. My supporting cast is going to be
hey, I apologize.
What are we doing here?
Well done.
Oh, yeah, I said I couldn't take the Joker. So.
That's fine. Listen, Kevin Durant was the pick. It was just a matter of the year.
He took Tim. That's what fucked me up.
That was a great selection.
He would have went first, but he would have traded and shit. I would have had Steph.
He would have taken Tim first pick overall.
Yeah, I would have took Tim first.
That's where he lost me.
I get it. Tim's one of the greatest.
All right, go ahead, Joel.
My
James
pick,
Harden.
I'm going with
2019 Harden.
Not Harden. I'm going with 2004 Kevin Garnett.
Okay.
I thought I was going to get him on the back end.
That's a fire selection.
That's a nice duo there.
That is. Damn, this is tough because
gets tricky.
The guy I want doesn't really fit great with Shaq. I was really hoping that KD was going to last, but that's not going to come around.
They pick Ray Allen.
Not taking Ray. I think I'm going to take Harden here. I'm going to take 2019 Harden. 2018, 2019
All right.
Harden.
Dunk off. That's a great pick and roll.
For my next selection, I'm going 09 Dwight because I need that center. Sorry, bro. And
I needed that off the back.
I'm torn between. I can't say torn because I saw how it played out in real life. It did not work out. And as great as Russ was in 17, he's not going to fit my squad. He's not fitting my squad. It's between 08 Wade and CP3. I seen magic happen with Wade.
08 Wade?
You think 08 Wade would work?
That's just his best, in my opinion. Of course, 06 Flash too. CP3 is intriguing here, but I can't justify that. All right.
Take what you need.
God damn, this is tough. I'm not going to front. The Dwight pick was very easy for me. It's between Dwayne and it's between CP3. I'm going to go Dwayne. I'm going to go Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
It's a good pick.
I'm back on the clock.
James no, it's Pierre.
It's Pierre. My bad.
It is Pierce.
I keep forgetting.
Wait, no.
Pierce.
I got the back-to-back.
It's your pick.
You took D Wade, you said, right?
Yeah, I got 08 Dwayne Wade.
So I got Harden and Shaq. I'm in the same position that basically I just was because the two positions you took are kind of what I already got covered. So you didn't really help me out there, for being honest.
Sorry, King.
Since I have Harden, I don't really I could play him at the 1 or the 2. So I have options there. So I'm looking at the 4. And the one guy that stands out is obvious. I don't want to spoil it because I don't want to get snatched on the go around just in case he doesn't.
I need a power forward, but you do have the pick before me.
30% from 3. 30% from 3. If you could give me that, I'm going to pass by it. I'll take Giannis.
Oh, an excellent selection.
Whoa!
I'll take Giannis.
It's an excellent. Oh, wait, no, 19. 19 Giannis
18, 28.
Facts, whatever one was MVP.
Ah!
Yeah, it's a great pick. Great pick.
Oh,
if I could get that 30%.
You got lucky.
I know, but because I
took
went and
Dwight.
double checked. I was like, was that 19?
I couldn't have 2 players that couldn't shoot on this team.
30%.
We're not validating 2020, 2021, right? It's not valid.
No. It's not bad. It's not
All right,
bad.
cool. All right, whatever.
Because I wanted Dirk, but I was like, over Giannis is not something.
My team has a clear identity. We play defense. We make tough shots. I need a floor general. 07-08 Chris Paul.
That's valid.
21-12. Led the league in assists and steals. Led the Hornets to 56 wins at 22 years old. I think that's Chris Paul's hands down best season in the NBA.
Let me ask you a question. Would you have taken CP? Would you have taken Dwayne Wade if I let him go?
No, because I have the two guard filled out.
Would you have taken Dwayne? You already have the 2 guard filled out.
Correct.
I would have taken Dwayne.
All right. It makes me feel better. I needed someone to pick him.
It's looking like my team is going to go high prolific offense. Probably can't defend, but score. Try to see if you can score more points.
What do you have, KD and Steph?
So I'm going to go Dirk here at the power forward. 06 MVP Dirk. Was that 06 or 07?
06,
MVP
07.
Dirk. I'm going to go ahead and add some prolific post-game scoring and some shooting. I'll try to outscore everybody. Try to find a defensive player in the back end.
Oh shit! It's on me.
Yes,
It's
sir.
on you.
Back to back.
So, P, right now your team is
Kawhi Leonard,
in
Tim Duncan.
Kawhi. Okay.
I need to know the team that Joel got. Who you got? You got Giannis.
I got.
I hate when people say his name like that. By the way.
I got Harden at the 2. I got Giannis at the 4 and Shaq at the 5.
Okay, so
That is a good team.
Wait, you got Shaq, Giannis, and
Shaq and Giannis.
Harden.
You're going to need straight shooting at this point.
I know.
And before you go, Pierre, Alex Vivarios donated $40 to the stream. Happy 300. Keep up the great work. Same to Pee Wee and Through the Wire.
Thank you, Alex. So I need front court defense, right? We got a front line of shit. So I get 2 picks, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna help solidify somebody next to Tim Duncan, a guy who I think is just a really good basketball player. I think having both of them who can make jump shots, pass, defend, champions. Give me, let me see which year I wanted him. Give me 2008, 2009 Paul Gasol.
Okay.
Nice.
And I need team shit. Everything ain't got to be a sexy pick. This next one gonna be real sexy. This next one gonna put seats in the stands. So we got our front court solidified. We're gonna take 2002, 2003 Tracy McGrady with this next pick.
Yeah, that was a good pick too. Was hoping to get him, but I was not.
We gonna show people what T-Mac could look like with real talent around him. He gonna win a lot more than one playoff series. Somebody took Dwayne Wade, right?
Yeah, I took him.
All right,
And
back up. Who's your team?
Steph, KD, Dirk. I'm gonna continue my trend with
Offense.
Try to beat us with scoring. Try to outscore us.
Nope, not one defensive-minded player.
No. Our coach is Mike D'Antoni.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going.
So your first round merchants.
No.
You made it to WCF.
No,
you're right. WCF's a couple of
I'm gonna go with a wild card pick. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take 06 Ray Allen at the 2 guard spot.
Yeah, nice.
I'm gonna take 06 Ray Allen.
He can fit on any single team.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 06 Ray Allen. I'm gonna definitely take him.
I got the next pick, and I'm torn, man.
Run through your team for me. You got.
I really am. Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett.
So you got 1, 2, and a 4.
I like your team.
I need a sharpshooter. I really do. I need some more spacing on this team.
And I'd hope I like everyone's team.
I'm thinking I'm going either 2013 Carmelo, 2019 Paul George. There's some version of Paul Pierce there that's intriguing me. Page is also an option.
Interesting.
Just because he's such a great shooter.
I'm about a finesse.
But my team, I really want to build it around defense. So I'm going with 2019 Paul George.
Okay.
Damn it. That was gonna be my pick. I'll be honest.
And we picking Paul George.
Oh man.
You pick KD, I pick Paul George.
Duh, it's Kevin Durant.
Yeah, what the hell would you want? What did you want him to do?
Nah, he could have picked somebody else. He could have picked KG.
Yeah, I could have. I was thinking about it.
Damn,
Somebody
that
said 11 Rondo's a sleeper. Nuts.
That sucks.
Rondo is a sleeper.
I mean, 11 D Rose, if anything.
Talk to him.
Got Chris Paul.
I have Chris Paul.
James Harden.
For point guard?
Point guard, yeah.
I don't have a point guard right now.
Neither do I.
I have Steph.
I'm torn between two for my
pick.
point guard, but it's not my pick. It's not my. So I said it's not my pick.
I could play Harden at the 1 or the 2.
Yes.
That's valid.
I mean, which one did you pick? The point guard one.
Yeah, true.
I don't care which one you pick. He can play point guard.
Play both.
So LeBron can play point guard for me.
Stop.
The fuck? He always has the ball in his hands.
You really screwed me with that Paul George pick. I'll be honest. You really did.
Bro, just
Like
take
that,
Melo.
huh?
But I want some more defense for this team. I already have Harden in the backcourt. I was looking for someone who can, switch on the perimeter a little bit if he's getting worked. Even though I have Harden, I think I could go with even a more natural point guard than that. Someone who could hit the 3 because we need some shooters still. We know someone who could pass the ball and get his own. I'm gonna take Steve Nash.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
Steve
Here's
Nash
the thing.
and Harden, that's like my backcourt.
Allen Iverson's still on the board. 2011 Derrick Rose is still on the board.
Oh, that's an easy pick.
I mean, I guess, right? For the team of fits,
Neither of them fit with LeBron.
not
Allen Iverson, I'd say fits more.
he fits more.
Yes.
I mean, more so in the athletic, get out and run, get out in transition.
Kyrie, bro.
No, I'm not taking Kyrie Irving. As much as I love Kyrie, but I feel like Kyrie's best season. We just watched it. It's between 2011 Derek and 01 AI. I feel like for team need, I'm sorry, you might say that 01 AI fits a little bit better. I think Derrick Rose fits with us a little bit better. So I'm going 11 Derrick.
Does that fulfill your team, or you got one more?
I have
pick?
one more pick after this.
So what's your team right now?
So right now I have Derrick Rose at the point guard, and I have another pick after this. So yeah, I have Derrick Rose at the point guard, Dwayne at the 2, 08 Dwayne. I have 18 LeBron. I have my power forward open. I have 09 Dwight. So
y'all are athletic as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this team is fucking
Shit.
awesome. We're gonna get out and run. No one's gonna be able to stop us.
I'm gonna tell. We're gonna play the first front line. It's gonna be called front line. We're gonna stand in a line at the free throw
Here
next
and
to each other, shoulder, because we're not worried about one jump shot.
Oh, but then now, see, that's where
y'all gonna break the most backboards ever.
I got the power forward spot open, and I already got defense, a lot of it. Carmelo is screaming at me right now. You telling me I need someone that's going to shoot the ball. Carmelo Anthony's going to get his regardless.
Dirk undrafted?
Dirk went drafted.
I picked Dirk.
Yeah, you picked Dirk?
Yeah. I was going to say.
Got to take him off my board.
So with my first pick, I'm going 2011 Derrick Rose. With my last pick, I am going with, I'm going to say 20. The better shooter probably is 2012. So I'm going with 2012 Carmelo Anthony.
Fucking sniped again, man. Sniped again.
You need a small forward at this point.
I do need a small forward. I'm
Hey,
going
you can pick your Boston legend, man.
I was gonna say Paul.
No, what's the best Anthony Davis that we saw? We're talking about best
I
AD
had
we
him
saw
on
in 2020s.
20. I think like 2017.
Was that the year that he was the MVP of the All-Star game? That he had the.
I think that was 2017.
Damn, I'm sick. That would.
I had him,
but
on
I
my
needed a jump
board.
shooter.
I
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for. I need a small forward. Melo was gonna be my pick. Paul George was gonna be my pick. Now I'm sitting here and Paul Pierce is probably the favorite, but I'm just doing one last check to see.
I'm fucking yelling.
He's a Celtic.
He's a Celtic.
Pick Tatum. Oh, you can't.
You know what's crazy? If it was 2020s,
yeah,
I'm taking 2022 Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I know.
Is that crazy?
At this
Two-way
point, nothing's
ability.
crazy.
It's
for
not
you,
crazy.
man.
It's not crazy.
Do your thing, buddy. Pick
If
Vince Carter.
If I want to go more defensive, it's
Oh,
tough.
that
man.
01, that 2001 Carter is
Vince
different.
Carter. He's sitting there.
Yeah.
Vince Carter going undrafted, huh?
Yes.
You got to pick his Boston guy. Pick your Boston guy.
Unless we getting a 6 man, ain't nobody.
I don't
Chris
know
Webber,
if,
01 Chris Webber, bro.
I saw Chris Webber.
He needs a
too.
wing, right? You need a
I
wing.
need a yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I want someone who could defend, and Paul Pierce wasn't always the best at that.
He tried.
I tried my best, but I think I'm gonna go a little outside the box here. I don't think you guys be
You pick
expecting
Ron
this.
Artest?
Not gonna take Ron Artest. I'm taking a guy who get a bucket,
Good shit.
More importantly, he's there.
on my
I
board.
need someone to go bring a little power to this team, especially on the perimeter. Go with Jimmy Butler. Go with Jimmy
That
Butler.
is a shocker from you.
2016.
The guy you hate is all over it.
2016, Jimmy Butler. He could shoot the three. He could defend.
Does that count?
No, I'm giving it to him.
2016. What do you mean?
He's taking
2016. Oh, 2016
Yeah.
Jimmy. Which Jimmy is that?
That's
Chicago.
the last
Chicago.
year Chicago.
Who we
Jimmy.
played Boston in that series? Was that the
Yep.
last Boston? Was that
Yep.
Cleveland? That might have been
That was
Cleveland.
Boston. I
Oh,
thought
that was
Boston.
that was the year that
D-Rose hit the game winner off the backboard.
Yep.
That was 2016.
That was
No,
that was
no,
2015.
That was
that y'all
2015.
could have went up to.
I
Was
lied.
that
That was
2015?
2015. That was 2015. I lied. 2016.
Because his last year with the Bulls wasn't Rondo and Dwayne Wade on the team against Boston.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
Rondo got hurt.
I'm a year ahead. I'm a year behind. Pardon me.
Let's see.
My last pick.
His last year with the Bulls was 16-17.
But that was
Which
the
is
year
with
D-Rose
Rondo
hit the
and
game winner
Dwayne
off the
Wade?
backboard was 2015 because Kyrie got hurt and then Kevin Love got hurt first game against Stephen.
And right now,
My last pick. It's
Mine
either a forward or a center because I have Kevin Garnett, but he could play the 4 or 5 spot. Stoudemire's intriguing in 08.
look at that. And you were talking shit on me.
Why?
You were talking shit on me saying, "Oh, but Stoudemire, what?"
He's more of a power forward than a
He
center.
is, absolutely.
But I can play him at both spots.
I agree.
I look at 2004 Ben Wallace to compete with some size, need a defensive anchor. Can't sleep on Yao Ming. 06, 07, he
put Ben
averaged
Wallace out there.
25 in the regular season and the playoffs. I want to give a shout out to 13-14 Kevin Love, 26 and 13 season.
The legend.
Want to give a shout out to 2016 Dre.
Holy shit.
if I
Pick
have
a
him-
fucking player.
If I have Draymond on this team, I'm the defensive potential. This could be the greatest defensive team
Listen, if
Take
you,
him.
in history.
if you take 15-16 Draymond, you get a guy that can also shoot the basketball.
Exactly. He can shoot the
Please
three ball. He can
pick a player.
stretch.
Watch how we say shoot the basketball.
Bro, he made 6 threes in Game 7. He would have been Finals MVP.
But you know what? I'm picking a player that I think the international audience will like. 06, 07 Yao Ming. I'm picking Yao Ming.
So he's doing it for the international guys. That's real.
He survived.
Draymond?
And with my final pick, I am going 2018 Anthony Davis.
Real.
I needed a 5. I needed somebody that could defend.
That's a good pick.
And this is the man
Number-
who I needed him. I just needed him. Let's fucking go.
Good pick. I'm glad
So-
you respect my boy.
So rattle off the teams. Pierre,
got
what's
picked.
your starting
Pierre
five?
has
He
to
has his
pick.
last
He's gotta
pick.
go.
Oh, I thought it was a snake. I thought he already did his 2 picks. Pierre, who's your last pick?
It's oh shit.
So you have
should get dicey.
you
at
have
4 or 5.
Duncan, you have Kawhi, you have
Yes,
Powell.
Right now we got Tracy McGrady at 2, Kawhi at the 3, Duncan at the 4, Gasol at the 5.
Jason Kidd
So you
will live
need a
that.
point guard.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Russell Westbrook.
Mhm.
I'm looking at Jason Kidd. Nobody picked Iverson.
That's what I said. Owen Iverson. That's who I was stuck between.
Nobody
Rose and
picked
him.
Iverson.
I picked Steph first, so I had no reason to pick.
Which is
Steph.
crazy.
Iverson.
I gotta cross out Iverson just because
You're not going to fit the team.
we need size at that one. I'm a size guy.
I'm
I'm a size guy.
All right, buddy.
We got him.
How big?
The bigger the better. The bigger the better, man.
Concept of time.
The bigger the
Jason
better.
Kidd,
I was
man.
born in '95, man. I get more ass than Victoria's Secret draws. I ain't worried about saying nothing crazy.
They're saying take Rondo.
There
No,
was.
I'm not taking Rondo. As much as I like Rondo, I'm not. He don't have a resume of Russell Westbrook or Jason Kidd. So why the fuck would I do that? But he got a ring. Oh,
He didn't
So
want to
does
pick
Jason
Paul
Kidd.
Pierce.
He was thinking about it.
Fit.
Word on the
Yeah.
block because they said
I'm on to Dehls. Dehls is a post 2015 Celtics guy.
I definitely,
probably would tell you that.
I definitely love this Celtic team more than I love Tatum more than Paul Pierce.
He started watching when Jay Crowder was on the team.
I'll be honest, I really started loving the Celtics post Paul Pierce. Like
Post Paul
I
Pierce?
like them, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started loving them like basically right after. we
When did you
traded them.
start watching the Celtics like that? You know,
like
whenever
I swear to
basketball's
God,
on, you
like
watch
Jared Sullinger days.
Okay.
Like I swear,
Oh, so you
like,
locked in late.
I was watching.
Ohio
I
State?
was watching the Celtics when they won
Ohio
the chip,
State, Jared Sullinger.
but I wasn't like
Family,
locked
man.
in until
Yeah,
like
yeah.
really then.
Come on, Pee Wee.
See,
Clock's ticking.
he's an Isaiah Thomas fan.
Oh yeah. For
Yo,
sure.
is Gilbert
That's
Arenas
what I got too.
entering your inner matrix, bro?
No.
Does that
Clock don't tick for me, by the way. I don't believe in time.
Guys, Hollywood. It's unbelievable, man.
I don't believe in time.
Jason Kidd is sitting right there, brother, man.
So is
I'm
Russell.
thinking to have conversations about Jason Kidd being inefficient as hell.
Who cares? Who cares about those?
I'm
things?
just- I'm
That's
just
a
saying.
Twitter. That's a Twitter thing.
He did
The
everything
bad-
else, though.
He
The
was.
basketball
elite.
players don't give a fuck about that. Jason Kidd is not on the floor like, oh my gosh, I'm shooting so inefficiently. Did I win or did I lose?
So
He probably
Did
more
I
mad
win or did I? Thank you.
that's true.
Inefficient. You think Kobe Bryant give a fuck about his shooting percentage?
But he was efficient.
I think PG on the podcast, PG was like, the only thing I care about, I keep track of is my shot attempts and the turnovers. That's the only thing he got. If he going to the third, he got like 5 attempts. He like, nah, this shit gotta go up.
Facts.
Yeah, and the turnovers, he hates it.
I like that mindset.
Yeah, I call myself the turnover police. We're gonna take 2002, 2003 Jason Kidd.
Okay.
Finals appearance with that bum ass Nets team.
Respect
So we got Jason Kidd, Tracy McGrady, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, Gasol. I like Russell Westbrook, but Jason Kidd, one of my favorite point guards of all time. I like maestros. And I took the better shooting from 3.
Let me ask you a question too. Which Pau Gasol are you taking?
The 08-09.
Okay. All right. Read me your team, P.
I just did. You was too busy talking.
Don't do that.
Jason Kidd, Tracy McGrady, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan.
Years, bro. That's what I'm saying. Wise guy.
I scratched out my list, so I don't know what years. You see, like I drafted Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is 2000. Let me see. Tim Duncan 2002, 2003. Same with Tracy McGrady. 2019 Kawhi. 08 Gasol, and then 2002, 2003 Jason Kidd.
I like that. Go ahead, Riv.
So I got 16 Steph, 06 Ray Allen, 2018 KD, 06 Dirk, 2018 AD.
I got 08 Chris.
I like that team.
That team is tough,
but they weak in the interior.
No, yeah, we're garbage on defense, but we ain't gonna score that fucking rock. Stop us.
I got 2008 Chris Paul, 2010 Kobe, 2019 Paul George, 04 Garnett, and 07 Yao Ming.
Team is weak.
You had me until you said Yao Ming.
why is Yao Ming getting slept on?
Wait till Steph put that, when he put him in that pick and roll.
Oh shit.
It's over.
We're doing
disrespect on Yao
Yeah,
Ming.
we are.
I would have liked Ben Wallace there, but it's okay.
AD
Ben Wallace is definitely the
AD too. Yeah.
She Wallace, Marcus Camby, guys that can move.
25 and 10.
Camby was a
7
defensive
6.
So you could go for offense. He can't.
Well, no, Steph's gonna destroy y'all.
Amari Stoudemire.
No shot.
That would have been the pick.
You got nobody can score on my interior. Yao Ming and Kevin
Yao Ming
Garnett.
won't be in the paint. Steph, come here. It's going up. What are you gonna do?
I mean, we have seen bigs in the past be able to.
Yeah, 7-6.
Kevin Love did it. Kevin Love locked up Steph in the last possession.
Steph was hurt.
Oh yeah,
And Anthony Davis.
Yao Ming 7-6. He can't move. Let's
not forget Anthony Davis. Tristan Thompson had a possession.
Anthony Davis is on my team. Tristan Thompson 6'10. None of these guys are 7'6.
Y'all are not judging their defensive capabilities off one possession.
That's what I'm doing, P. That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
I'm having fun for agendas. Why
you
not?
picked the wrong LeBron.
No, I didn't.
Same guy.
You know what having fun is? Speaking of real, that nigga Steph Curry fucking them boys up.
Yeah, for sure.
No, yeah, Steph go average 50 on y'all. Yeah. And then we got Ray Allen coming off the pin downs.
Not
the Ray Allen
not if I have
sneaky.
Kobe on him.
That was
Not if
sneaky.
I have Kobe on him. If Kobe's on Steph,
Uh-oh.
He was scared now. Okay, so let me see how
I'll run through my 5. At point guard, Steve Nash, 2005, 2018-19 Harden at the 2, 2016 Jimmy Butler at the 3, 2018-19 Giannis at the 4, and 2000 Shaq at the 5.
I hate to say this. My team fucking clears all of y'all's. All right. 2011 Derrick Rose, 08 Dwayne Wade, 18 LeBron James,
yes,
2012 Carmelo Anthony, and 09 Dwight. Hey, you told me I needed some shooting. I go and I bring in a sniper. I got a scoring champion, Carmelo Anthony. 2011 Derrick Rose, 08 Dwayne, 18 LeBron, 2012 Carmelo, and 09
Shag
Dwight.
the fuck off.
Hey,
LeBron James.
The backcourt can't shoot a lick.
And we're not worried about them motherfuckers going to the free throw line.
You're not worried about
LeBron's getting to the line at will.
Y'all gonna get to the rim.
LeBron's getting to the line. Rose is getting to the line. He's getting to the cup.
We living with that.
And Dwayne's he's a mid-range assassin. Carmelo Anthony's got the ratchet.
Yeah, LeBron is shooting.
And
like
who's holding Dwight? No one. Give that
Shaq.
ball on the block. Yeah, Dwight got it. I mean,
you just made the perfect 2010s team.
Exactly. I had fun.
When people think of the 2010s, they think of Wade,
I feel
Carmelo.
like I built the
I also have 18
prolific O team.
Dude, I really love that conversation though. That 2013 versus 2018 LeBron James. How like it's so universally 2013, but really, what did the eye tell you?
Yeah,
that
second Cleveland stint sticks out for me.
I get it. It's the athleticism.
You started watching ball after. That's why
Jared
it's 6
Sullinger was 2013, bro. Learn ball.
Oh shit. That 2018 LeBron just has everything
so you
I
missed
need.
2012.
I was watching basketball. Don't get me wrong, but I wasn't fucking locked in. I don't know why I started once the Celtics sucked.
I can't wait till we get Mike D'Antoni in there to run that off.
Now Santos sent a super chat. He said Riv's team won and P is second.
Glazing.
Yeah.
I mean, my shit just gonna score. Like,
thank you.
That's more basketball, man. Cohesion, man. It's cohesion. This motherfucker went and got all 40-inch verticals, but nobody that can.
P knows the talent on this team is elite.
Now you have great talent.
I have the most talented team. Maybe it might not be the most cohesive.
What we said in our era, threes matter more. I got the best shooting team in the world.
You do. That Ray Allen step is hard.
That was nice.
I'm worried about Joel's team too.
Yeah, Joel's scary.
Joel's
They're gonna fuck me on the interior.
Giannis is
Nah, that's 70. That's a 70.
There's gonna be some tough times down there. But
favorite team again, Dehls?
We had Steve Nash at the 1, Harden at the 2. Butler.
Stop right there. That's a problem. What is Harden doing when Nash is pounding?
He's playing off.
He played with Chris Paul too.
You better put Nash off ball.
That's
played with Chris Paul.
Nash and Harden defensively is an issue.
But that's why I got Butler at the 3, Giannis at the 4, Shaq at the 5.
Oh, that front court spacing is disgusting. Holy.
But now that's fact. I'll probably put Steve Nash off ball and let Harden do his thing.
We might triple team Shaq with that spacing.
I got Steve Nash, Harden, Jimmy Butler. They can all shoot.
Jimmy can shoot sometimes.
In the playoffs. Now get Jimmy in the playoffs. Suddenly
he shot like 39-40%.
I'm definitely double teaming Shaq and hoping and praying to God.
I'm living with Jimmy shoot.
Leaving when let Giannis shoot that shit all day. The rest of them, tough.
The only perimeter defender that's great is Jimmy.
Yeah, that's why I had to make up.
Even Giannis, he's great.
Yeah. Who you putting on KD?
Steve Nash. I mean, he's undersized.
And who you put on Steph?
Wasn't he
fucked?
Solid defender.
I mean, you following Giannis on Dirk, but Dirk got a little work in his step.
Hey man, all I know is my team could play in the 2000s or the 2010s.
Who following Ray Allen off the
bench?
Yeah, you're fucked, bro.
Ray Allen ain't on shit, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I love my team, but I think I lost everybody when I picked Yao.
No, you lost the world.
He did it for international.
Now his ass be looking at them box scores too much. Nobody give a fuck about that 25 and 10.
I'm crying.
What you
fuck
mean?
About here? Give me one memorable moment from that 25 and 10 year for him. Okay.
He was cooking Shaq.
Was that old Shaq?
It might have been older Shaq.
Might have been old
Phoenix
Shaq.
Shaq.
That might have been knees dead.
No, that was Miami Shaq.
That was Miami Shaq.
06?
Shaq has gone on and said that Yao Ming would always violate him.
And for those that are wondering, yes, we only drafted players in their peaks from the 2000s and 2010s era.
Yeah.
Anything after that,
the second big off the board,
limits, and then anything before 2000s off limits.
So Pierre, answer me this, because I wasn't watching a lot of basketball pre-2008. So with Yao Ming, and so I was watching basketball when Yao Ming basically his knees were done. So Yao Ming, describe him for me, I should say.
Well, Yao Ming came in. He was kind of, I don't want to say a phenomenon, but it was so crazy to see somebody so tall and so big. But I remember Yao Ming getting bullied at first. Like he was smaller. And then it was a time when Yao Ming came back. I can't remember what year it is off the top of my head. I don't know if y'all know, or if it's like this for y'all. My years are so blended. Like especially after COVID. I don't know what the fuck I'll be talking about with years. So you got to excuse me. Who won the championship in 2018? That's Kevin Durant Warriors, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay. So when you say 2018 LeBron, is that the one with Jordan Clarkson?
Yes.
Okay.
He had 51 in game 1. That he had 3 buzzer beaters. That he
lost.
He was unbelievable.
But
that's what y'all were telling me. Well, P was telling me that it doesn't matter if you want to lose.
He believes in that.
That's why.
That's his, it's the way he.
You don't believe that.
But Yao Ming was raw though. Yao Ming was a dog, especially with the turnaround jump shot. That shit was unblockable. But I definitely feel like there was
So you picked him. You have no knowledge.
There was some lacklusterness with Yao Ming too.
Did he not just ask P to describe
just for the conversation? That's all, man.
No, that's what I'm actually.
But what I will say, I think Yao Ming probably would have been better in this generation. They probably would have encouraged him to shoot a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know about Yao Ming. I'm just asking for Pierre.
Oh yeah, I thought you didn't know.
But yeah, as a basketball fan, nobody was really like, oh my gosh, Yao. You know what I'm saying? When he first came, it was like, man, this motherfucker 7'7", 7'6".
Yeah, that is insane.
But like after a while, it kind of was just like it's just you know what I'm saying? He's just Yao Ming. But I definitely remember when he was first coming over, it was like, oh shit, 7'6", 7'7". This motherfucker finna be unstoppable. He came to the league and he was stoppable. He was very stoppable.
Because a year I get fixated on was the
Rockets
08-09 Rockets when they had Shane Battier, Ron Artest, Raphael Alston, I believe.
Tough.
They took the Lakers to 7 that year, and Yao Ming, I think, was injured for the majority of
Aaron
that
Brooks
series.
on that team?
Aaron Brooks was on that team.
Might have been a young Aaron Brooks, yeah.
Be like young, fresh Aaron. Was Luther Head still on that team?
So
might have been a young Luther Head. Yeah.
Aaron Brooks was averaging 17 in the
playoffs. He had a 27-point or 30-point game that helped him force a game 7, I think.
You know what college Aaron Brooks went to?
No, I don't. What college you went to?
Oregon.
Ooh. I didn't know that. It's tough, Aaron.
Luis Scola. Hey, Luis Scola. Luis Scola. Forgotten player. Luis Scola to hoop, bro.
He played all 82 that year, too. Aaron Brooks played 80 games that year. Raphael Alston played 48.
Rafer.
Oh I apologize. Thank you. Come on, bro.
I'm just saying,
just correct me.
That's a legend. That's a street ball. He's one of the few people who was a street ball legend who was able to play in the NBA.
Rafer, come on.
Rafer is crazy though, man.
Honest mistake.
You're not 22. How old are you, Drew?
24.
Okay. Raffer Alston is crazy.
Yeah, that's so nuts.
That's so nuts.
You're hitting his OG, and that's what it is, you know.
Rashad Lewis.
No, to be fair, last episode Drew said it correct.
Okay. It was a tongue twister, man. Come on.
But in that series, the Rockets took the Lakers to 7, and Yao Ming played 3 games total.
Tough.
Yeah.
Is that going to be your WI later?
No, it's past 10 years. Can't be it.
Okay. Just making sure. I don't ever look at that last. What's the question?
Last 10 stuff too. Last 10 stuff.
Last 10. I got one. It's going to hurt.
Isn't that the next conversation?
Yes, it is. So it segues perfectly. Biggest what ifs in the past 10 years.
Go ahead, Mr. The Plug. What's your biggest what if?
My biggest what if in the last how many years? I'm sorry.
Last
10 years.
Bro, don't be reading when you send it to him.
I look at the first one.
He be loving it just to love it to know.
I saw the peak draft and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then my mind got to thinking about the peak drafts. Biggest what if in the last 10 years? I'm gonna say if Klay Thompson don't have that game 6, bro. If they can close the door in that 3-1 league, they be in the Thunder. The NBA universe has changed forever. I think about that all the time, and that's one of my favorite Klay Thompson performances. But I just sit back and be like, bro. If they beat them, KD never goes there. There's no KD and Russell Westbrook beef. Do we look at the Warriors the same? Is there a dynasty? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is, do the Thunder go in and win a championship? Because if the Thunder get a championship, if KD gets a championship with the Thunder with Russ, oh man, I think we look at KD totally different. He never. You gotta understand when KD went to the Warriors, that shit was crazy. So I'm gonna go that. What if they won that series, the Thunder being there?
He
never leaves. KD never leaves.
Unforgivable when we.
Do the Warriors go and get somebody else? Do they go get AD?
Do they pay Harrison Barnes? Please.
Right. Do they pay? Hey, I just saw a clip of Harrison Barnes.
He went 0 for 50 in the finals, yo. He didn't make a jumper.
Reason why he came back.
Maybe they go get Gordon Hayward.
Oh, I'll live with that.
Yeah. Getting AD would have killed me.
Oh, you'd have fucked.
I've been dumb tight.
Same reality.
Maybe what if LeBron went? What if the Thunder beat the Cavs and LeBron was like, you know what? I'm going over there.
Nah, he wouldn't do that.
No, your legs.
That's not LeBron's
character.
Got in.
Oh. Yeah.
Whoa! Shout out to Uncle LeBron.
Appreciate that.
All right, black excellence.
I'll keep the what ifs around since we are having the conversation about LeBron. What if the Cavaliers won that game 1 in 2018 and you could say, hey, we losing. They losing.
If he wins, what happens?
Yeah, see, that's what
they
I say.
Lose.
Yeah, it said we lose in 5 instead of 4.
I got a good one.
But he 51. That also means he doesn't break his hand, which is an unforgotten. That's a very forgotten part of the whole 2018 series. Is they lose that game, he goes into the locker room, he breaks his hand, he plays the rest of that series with a broken hand. So of course,
hey Siri, what's the definition of glazing?
Oh, don't do that. Listen, that's my favorite player. That is what it is. But 51 in opening game, 51 8-8
instead of 4,
was unbelievable.
5.
I mean, you could say that.
No, it's reality.
But again, LeBron was hurt. You took the best player out of the series, and I said that very perfectly. Took the best player out of the series.
I see what you're trying to do.
I'm just saying.
Good agenda pushing.
That's like me saying, what if in 2022 the Nets won a game off the Celtics in the first round?
I thought you were gonna say if KD big three don't get injured. So
he's definitely gonna bring that up.
But in another realm of the 2018 season for another what if, because of course that's my biggest one. But what if Chris Paul doesn't get hurt that 2018 series? Do
they beat your
Do
boys?
we see the Rockets? That's the question.
Do you guys beat the Rockets?
Yes, you fucking kidding me?
How many games? Shoot me games.
7.
7.
Because we're not losing in 7.
Oh yeah,
we're losing 6.
We're
not losing in 7. It's LeBron James.
Okay.
I got the Rockets, bro. If the Rockets could have beat the Warriors, what you mean? Of course.
Nah, it's starting to come into fruition, man. You're a LeBron hater. You're a LeBron hater.
Never.
I said he would pass on LeBron James.
See my shit right here? That's LeBron under my thumb right there. Come on, man.
Yeah, zoom in so I thank you for the full screen.
That's LeBron under there. I got LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan lined up.
Take,
it's more Kobe though. It's more Kobe.
Dunking over LeBron. You lost me, P.
You see how you got that LeBron jersey on with the Lakers?
Fire. You fuck with this one?
I had the very first LeBron jersey ever sold.
I got that one too. Shout out to my boy.
But you got that shit 10 years later.
20 years.
Damn.
You wasn't there when that Cavs jersey was new. The Cavs had rebranded.
It says the Cavaliers in script.
And it wasn't the black and white shit.
It was the white and red.
Mm-hmm. But
Stop
before LeBron, like a year before LeBron, it was black, white, blue with Tortorelli branding. The vibes had to be
different because they got the
Sean Kemp. But you wasn't there for the Darius Miles, Ricky Davis, Carlos Boozer, DeJuan Wagner.
I was literally.
I was only 10. Oh, I was what? That was 2003. I wasn't even 10. I was 8.
That's cognitive. You got cognitive thought then, bro.
Pierre sounds like the ultimate old head.
Oh my God.
He's only like 3 years old.
In this closet right here, there's a rookie LeBron James holographic card. Don't talk to me about being LeBron hater. I love LeBron.
How much?
I ain't glazing. It's not worth shit because that's how cards work. You know, I did at one point think that card was worth something, but then I Googled it. It's probably like $1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Cards out there that are worth
Seb sells
millions.
Cards. He makes money off it.
Yeah, I know.
Millions. LeBron's rookie card is insane.
But don't disrespect me like that, LeBron hater.
I had to, bro, because you've been disrespecting my.
I got LeBron shoes in my room right now that you have never heard of. Because you're not really no LeBron guy like that. You wearing a LeBron jersey don't mean shit.
No, I'm not a LeBron fan.
No, you're LeBron. You're LeBron Glazer.
I mean, I feel like in 2023 the two go hand in hand. Unfortunately, you can't be a fan nowadays if you're not glazing.
I know Bron. I'll call him right now.
Call him then. Call him then.
I will.
You can go right to voicemail, P.
It will, and I won't be offended.
I wouldn't be mad. You got his number. That's a W.
I'm just joking. If I had LeBron number, I'd give it to you.
That'd be real.
That's real.
That'd be real.
You would call him, or you'd be
kind of just made me emotional.
Yeah, what would you do? What would you do?
I'm FaceTiming him.
That's crazy. He's gonna block you.
I'm a FaceTime. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm
for real. Why would you call him? What if he answered?
Busy.
If he answers, I'm gonna be like, "Hello, LeBron."
He's gonna say, "Who the fuck?"
All Drew needs to hear is be like, "Who this?"
That's it. It's all I need. My life's made.
Hey, that's a question to have. If you meet somebody like that, like LeBron, you clearly like LeBron. Are you meeting him and you being a fan, or you being like
I'm gonna be
what up, OG?
Which means I'm gonna bug out. I'm gonna see him and I'm gonna
pull 100 feet away from you.
Yeah, I would faint. Like if I see Steph in
I don't know if I would faint, but I would definitely just give him all the praise that he deserves.
Kid you not to my knees. I seen Trey Duvall, my legs were shaking.
I was there. It was crazy.
So I know if I seen Steph, bro,
my legs were shaking.
like if I seen Steph, bro, I'd probably faint, bro. Because it's like
you are fucking crazy. Your legs were shaking.
Yeah, bro. I was like mad scared, bro. I was like, nah, this is insane.
But Trey Duvall is crazy.
You're supposed to let him know who you is. Hey, what up, homie? I fuck with your game. I'm Red. We got the Pick a Side podcast.
Yeah, first time in that environment, I didn't know what to say. I was just like, okay, I get a pick.
That's it. Now, I was there for the interaction. It went a lot better than what Rivers giving credit for.
How did it go, Drew?
Nah, Rivers just like
took me like 10 minutes.
Bro, that's
he
true.
Took
that's
forever.
True.
He almost made me lose him.
I had to put down hella food so I could take this picture for him. I had 2 armfuls of food to take this picture for Riv. It was his food too, this prick. So he just goes up to him and says, "Yo, I'm a big fan of yours since high school, whatever it was. Yo, let me get this pic with you. You're a Jersey legend. Really appreciate you." That was it.
Kept it cool.
He did.
Inside,
he was to
shaking,
me.
Though.
He's like, "Yo, bro, that's Trayvon Duval. I can't believe this. I gotta get a picture right now." I'm just
Jordan Poole. I don't know.
Nah, the way Riv said it, Riv was like, "I get a pic."
That's the way eyes lit up.
That was Jordan Poole. I didn't know what I'd do.
For Jordan. Cool.
My God.
Nah, I don't have any shame saying I would be over the moon.
I would have.
No. It ain't a shame thing. It's just that you know what I'm saying. You got an NBA podcast. You may want to.
Oh no, if we're doing a podcast and we're sitting down and we're having a
conversation.
conversation.
I'm keeping it very professional. I don't even know you for
no, but that's what I'm saying. When you meet him, you don't want to be too much of the typical fan because you want him to be able to come on your show one day.
You say that. That's another thing that really makes me kind of sad. It's like again, you can't be a real fan. You have to keep it a certain.
I disagree. You can, but you're not going to do what the typical fan do because you're not the typical fan because you work in the NBA. I
understand what you're saying.
It's definitely a balance.
Yeah,
like you can be like, yo, like I respect everything you've done without being like, listen,
you just said
you
made my life when you hit that game with me.
I wouldn't do all that. Obviously, I know how to construct a conversation.
You was my first wet dream.
That's nuts, bro.
Because I'm his side, he turns into something different.
What if?
You don't want to keep talking about this?
I forgot we're on our what if.
10 minutes of side conversation. Let think of it.
No, I had 3 actually. It was like I had 3. Okay. I was thinking of
You're fucking crazy.
One was with your Boston guys. What if like Kyrie and Gordon Hayward never actually got hurt? Like, and they started for that playoffs.
A minute into the game.
Yeah, like what if they actually never got hurt? Like, will we have seen like Jason Tatum do what he did? Will we have seen Terry Rozier do what he did? Basically, that team go on a run. Marcus Morris stepped up. Tatum stepped up. Jaylen Brown stepped up. Like the whole team. Al Horford stepped up. Like if those 2 guys were healthy, we saw next year they didn't quite do what they wanted to do, but that year everything was clicking on all cylinders. I remember that year was the game you guys played the Warriors in Golden State with Kyrie Irving, and that was
that was
probably the greatest game of the year. That was like the best game of the year, bro. Like, so I was like, what if like them 2 never got hurt, but they had won? They'd have played 2018 LeBron. That's just one of those big things that's like really, it kind of like messed up.
That team took a 7.
Yeah,
it propelled Tatum and Brown's career, but in a sense, it kind of like messed up Hayward and Kyrie's career a little bit. So
you have the same thing with IT. If IT doesn't get hurt, what does that look like?
You bring in Gordon Hayward and he stays on the team.
I was going to say that IT team, unfortunately, didn't they lose to?
Talk to me, Drew. I got another one too. I got another one for you. I got another one.
You have 2 more.
Yeah, I got another one. I got one, but it's like a year. It's like it doesn't hit the 11-year gap, so it's gonna be okay. What if sorry, buddy. What if Melo comes to the Bulls in that offseason, 2012?
Win a championship.
You think so?
That team would have been lit.
I would have rooted for them to win a championship.
Really?
Yeah.
We bring in Melo. You think we win it all?
I don't know if it's locked and sealed because you still have to deal with Miami, but I think you have a great chance of winning it. That was with Carmelo,
Derrick Rose,
D Rose, Noah Dang, Noah.
Jimmy Butler wasn't there yet. We had Ronnie Brewer.
Boozer was there.
Yeah, Kirk Heinrich.
He was good.
Well, I don't know if we get Boozer.
Oh, you could. That was the same offseason you got Boozer.
No, that was the same. No,
you had Boozer. You had
somebody would have had. We had enough money. He would have had to take a pay cut.
Yeah, it was like a $40 million pay cut. Melo was not doing that. Yeah. That's a lot of money to put on the table.
That's a ton of money.
But that Bulls team would have been amazing.
Let me ask you a question. Is your what if Celtics oriented?
I have a few, but no, the one I was actually thinking about, it's not.
All right.
Yeah. I could go year by year.
It's very easy. What if Kevin Durant chose the Boston Celtics over the Golden State Warriors?
As he should have.
Because that was the big conversation. It was the Warriors, it was the Celtics, and then Washington for whatever reason.
Don't forget Cleveland.
Well, I know why. That's his hometown. That's his hometown, yes. But
it has something brewing.
If he wanted to build a super team or, put his team on a path to really contend, that Celtics team was the one.
Yeah.
John Wall, Brad Beal, KD.
That would have been tough.
That'd have been nice.
That'd have been cute.
Yeah, it would have been a nice second round exit.
No, they would have beat the Cavs.
My what if is also 11
Kyrie?
years.
John Wall.
I'm gonna throw up.
My what if is 11 years. Remember the Monta Ellis Andrew Bogut trade?
Ooh.
So when I was looking back on it, the Bucks medical staff did not want Steph Curry because of his ankles. So they didn't ask for him in a deal. What if the Bucks get Steph Curry instead of Monta Ellis? The next year they get Giannis.
We built the
he's never Steph Curry.
No, he might never still be Steph.
He never be Steph, but I mean, I don't think Steph turns into
what happens to Brandon Jennings
average player
in that move.
Doesn't matter what happens.
I mean, he's
at the time Brandon was good.
I know he was.
Steph wasn't Steph at that time.
Yeah, that Bucks team went to the playoffs with Monte.
They did.
And Brandon Jennings. Yeah,
that's when
they were talking about Milwaukee and four.
Larry Sanders.
Steph wouldn't have got unlocked. Like obviously he did in Golden State. Maybe he's not the best 3-point shooter of all time, but him and Giannis would be fucking insane.
Oh no,
why wouldn't
they don't get Giannis?
I get it.
I mean, they win a game or two.
That's true if it is really just 1 or 2 games. And then they would get Giannis. Giannis goes to a different team
that's like a what if that turns into mad what if.
Why do you say he wouldn't be Steph Curry? I get Steve Kerr, obviously.
No, it's Mark Jackson too.
Mark Jackson, Klay Thompson,
Draymond Green, backcourt mate, Draymond.
I just mean like his skill set specifically. It's like maybe he's not the NBA champion that he is, but I think
Mark Jackson
talent-wise,
also instilled the confidence.
All-NBA player.
Mark Jackson also instilled the confidence in him
to
be able to break out.
Mark Jackson doesn't get the appreciation that he deserves.
He does not.
Steph and Dre and Klay always make it a very known fact to always mention his
Mark
name.
said to the world that they were the best backcourt before anybody else.
That shooting backcourt ever. Ever.
Right.
Before he couldn't have been more right.
He cooked.
No,
he did.
And
when he said that, people were trying to say they won the best. They're not even the best. One of the best backcourts in the game right now.
They were chatting.
The
conversation back then was discussing.
He looks like a king. With
he should. He should.
He just got fired from ESPN too.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have a job right now.
He'll be all right.
He'll be okay.
He will be, of course. The fact that he hasn't gotten a head coaching gig since then too is crazy.
Something he said. Like it was something like off basketball.
He said something about the Golden State Warriors owners. Well, he didn't say something about him directly, but Mark Jackson is a very religious man, so his views on homosexuality are much different than the ownership's views, and
that's why they clipped him.
He said something that didn't agree with their views, and that's why.
Interesting. I didn't know all that.
Andre Iguodala said something that was very instrumental. He was saying that like when he first got there, in those first couple of seasons, Mark Jackson would tell Steph like, bro, if another point guard come in here and go at you, I'm willing to lose the game for you to let them motherfuckers know that you that boy. Meaning, if Drew my point guard and Joel try to come in front on Drew, hey Drew, cook that nigga. We gonna lose, but cook him so he know you that boy. Fuck wrong with you. Go get 40. We might lose, but I want you to get 40 so you and the world know you that dude. And shit like that to me is instrumental to somebody becoming the unanimous MVP when they wasn't projected to do that from day one.
I like that.
Per Ben Golliver, Cade Cunningham was the top standout today's Team USA. It starts
in August.
Oh man,
you know who's that? What if?
What is starting? What's starting?
What started? Year 3 Cade.
The Cade movement.
You wasn't here, Pee Wee. I just told him about year 3 Cade. It's loading, and this is the start of it.
We're not doing this, bro.
No, we are. It's starting.
We're not doing this.
Well, listen, it's starting.
Y'all do this too much. These quote unquote agendas.
P, we like to have fun again. I mean, we
watched the game.
It's not fun. He was the first fucking overall pick.
Fun for who? It's fun for me.
Yeah, for Riv.
If you tell me there's a next Giannis brewing, then I'm all ears. My ears perk up.
Toronto.
He said, "You want me to tell you that?"
Yeah, please tell me. But don't tell me the first overall pick is loading. He better be fucking loading because if he not, his ass gonna be. I don't want to say.
Oh no, for sure.
I love Cade.
Anthony Bennett was never loading.
It's true.
Come on.
Deloading was loading.
He sucks.
He just put together one of his best shooting seasons. Don't do that.
Going overboard with the suck word, man.
Got benched.
Riv, we got to have a conversation. Somebody in my Discord said that they made you a Brandon Ingram believer. If somebody had to make you a Brandon Ingram believer, you need your ass with a belt that's been boiling in hot water.
First of all,
it was Jalen. You know Jalen.
Discord talking about me.
That's you know Jay because I got my own league.
Oh, Jalen Pickham. Is that his
name?
His name is Brandon, like something Brandon on Twitter.
I know he loves Brandon Ingram as his profile picture.
Yes, okay, so boom. Let me tell you exactly how it went.
Okay.
First of all,
and the reason you being talked about, I got a P League, which is on 2K. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. They need me to play my game in the Eastern Conference. I told him you gotta wait because I'm finna do pick a side. And when I said that, he said, "Oh, Riv, that's my guy." I turned him into a Brandon Ingram believer.
Damn.
So he's not entirely wrong, but what happened was I was on Twitter. You know me on Twitter, Pee Wee. I like to play around, joke, troll, and all this shit. So I'd be trolling about Brandon Ingram because his fan base is nuts. And Brandon, every single day, every hour, would just swipe up under my tweet and talk about Brandon Ingram. And then the last 30 games of last year, he moved the shit out of me.
He was OD.
Yeah, so now I'm a Brandon Ingram believer.
The energy for Brandon Ingram definitely changed for Riv late in the season.
Nah, for sure.
You talk all this shit about how March and April doesn't matter. Now Brandon Ingram.
I'm glad you've seen the light, bro.
He needed it.
Moved you.
He had to get there.
Too bad it took you long to get on Devin Booker's train too.
It's fine.
Oh my gosh, Riff, we got to get you out of here, bro. Too long to get on a Devin Booker train.
Well, I said man, in the playoffs.
And you said what?
40 balls.
Well, I said I had to
finals.
see it in the playoffs.
When he was on those.
Why do you have to see it in the playoffs?
Sometimes it doesn't adapt.
So if a guy averaged 60 in a regular season, but they don't make the playoffs, you finna say I gotta see it?
Well, Will Chamberlain averaged 60 and he dropped off in the playoffs. So
I don't give a fuck. That's still impressive.
it's okay.
For SGA, do you have to see it in the playoffs?
This Twitter shit is crazy.
I actually did say I had to see it for SGA in the playoffs.
Yeah, I can't
did.
say that.
I did, but I do like what SGA is doing. It's amazing.
You know, I held the same.
That's my guy.
I held that same stance with Zach LaVine. I said, listen, Zach LaVine was doing in the regular season. The efficiency was crazy. I believe in it. I believe that once he gets into the playoffs, he'll be fine. He'll be able to translate. He's been injured these last couple of seasons. Last year against the Raptors he was good. He was great, but against Miami, he wasn't that good.
It was like the fourth quarter.
Aren't those play-in games?
They are.
They fucking matter for sure.
No, they don't count them as playoff, which obviously makes sense. It's not the playoffs. You have to win the play-in to get into the playoffs, but it's an elimination game, so that's how I see it.
No, it is. No. But the reason I say this is because the playoffs are different. Even for players that do well in the play-in, a playoff series is different than a one-game elimination where somebody can coach around you for 7 games.
I'm coming in with a new mindset this year, so don't worry.
I want you to come in here and I want you to stop saying that you need to see it in the playoffs, man. Stop letting these 11, 12-year-old Twitter profile people bleed that into basketball. That is nonsense. Basketball is basketball, bro. Yeah, the difficulty go up, the game slow down, half court. But if a dude like Shea can do what he's doing in 82-game season, please believe he can do it in the playoffs.
Already?
Been in the playoffs already.
Coming into this year.
Coming in with a lot of positivity, a lot of peaceful energy. Definitely
against the Pelicans.
No more trolling. Definitely a lot of
So
just
we're
being very kind.
Grant Williams discourse this year.
I won't say nothing nice about him, but I won't say nothing mean. That's how I will.
You have one more what if, correct?
I forgot it. We had good conversations.
What if Jason Tatum doesn't roll his ankle last year?
It's okay, bro.
What if?
Oh my gosh,
Kevin Durant's foot?
That's a good what if though. I ain't gonna lie.
Come back down from 03.
What, Drew? That goes into my what if.
What if Steph wins 2016? How does the legacy look?
Another one. What if PG and LeBron James teamed up?
What if Kawhi second round against the Jazz? Who hurts? Like it's like the 2016 finals, and then it's Derrick Rose's injury, and then it's the Clippers.
Like, so hey, PG, you hear that back there? They saying you might get a ring, boy.
So that's a good one because in 2021, Kawhi got injured in the playoffs. The biggest what if I think in the last couple of years is Harden and Kyrie getting injured in the 2021 playoffs.
We talk about it every episode.
If they don't get injured,
basketball episode,
the Nets make the finals. But if Kawhi doesn't get injured, you could make a strong argument the Clippers make the finals. Who would win between the Nets and the Clippers in the 2021 NBA Finals, hypothetically?
The Clippers.
That Clippers team.
I don't know.
Amazing.
You say all three on the Nets are healthy.
Yes,
I'm taking the Nets.
Oh, like the Nets versus the Clippers? I'm taking the Clippers.
That Clippers
Call
team
me crazy.
Defensively
going
was
6 or 7
unbelievable.
Sure,
offensively, PG and Kawhi were able to do whatever they wanted.
It's
a great series.
When Kawhi see that finals trophy, some venomous shit start getting in that bloodstreams, man. Something venomous.
Never forget when he outscored
James Harden,
For that series, the third star matters a lot. I think KD, Harden, KD, Kyrie, they cancel out Paul George.
Wasn't Reggie eating that postseason too?
Reggie Jackson, he was on some shit, but that was when Kawhi, like he was better when Kawhi went out.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think the third star's the difference. And listen, Nick Claxton, he would have did his thing too
against Zubac.
Bruce Brown as a role player, that's one of the most.
He didn't even want to play. He actually said he hated it there
because he played center. That was 2022.
No PJ Tucker would have.
Actually, listen, I do have a PJ Tucker what if because he was on this team in honor of my girlfriend. She's a diehard Suns fan. And shout
out Jess.
Every night I hear about this Suns team. She makes graphics about it. She talks about them. What if the 13-14 Suns made the playoffs?
Oh yeah, shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Shout out to Jeff Hornacek. Shout out to Gerald Green. That team won 48 games that did not make the fucking playoffs.
They running 3 guards at the time. Was it Knight?
It was
Bledsoe,
after that.
Okay.
If they make the playoffs this year, they probably stick to building around Goran Dragic. They ship out Eric Bledsoe. The 3-guard lineup of Goran, Bledsoe, and IT probably is never birthed. And the Suns have some actual direction. And this was Goran's best season, 20 points per game, my girl, she's the biggest Goran Dragic fan. She loves Goran Dragic.
Gerald Green was my favorite player on that team. He was fucking
2K legend.
I was just gonna say he was
2K
a 2K
legend.
cheat code.
I was doing 360 through the legs in game. Like what the fuck?
Hit 3.
He was, but to see it happen in real life was crazy.
He was
2K is cooked. I blocked Giannis with Steph a couple months ago. shit had me crying. Like I did it so easy. I was like, yeah, this shit's garbage. Turned it off.
That was the year PJ Tucker was really great, elite defensive. That was his
he
first,
was great.
first year. Yeah,
like top what player in the league?
Defender 10.
But top what player?
Perimeter. I don't know. Listen,
top 70,
if we talking about importance to a team and morale,
Impact
5.
So top 90 player in the league.
Who was they starting center? Was it Gortat?
I think it was Miles Plumlee.
He was running out just straight scoring.
You're
That's
right.
how
You're right. It was Miles Plumlee. Yep.
Shoot that shit up.
Plumlee was dunking everything.
Probably one of the worst drafts ever.
Yeah, that was,
What if the Sixers drafted Tatum instead of Fultz?
thank God. Thank God.
Ben Simmons is
2013.
fucking one of the best players. Ben Simmons is on one of our teams that we just drafted. If that happens,
What if Ben Simmons
yes.
had a jumper?
Ooh.
Do you know Ben Simmons peak, bro? Ben Simmons.
I'm talking to the biggest Ben Simmons fan. In
What if Derrick Rose was given God's knees?
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. I wouldn't be here right now.
Where'd you be?
Not here. I'll probably be somewhere.
Is that why y'all started talking basketball?
No. I just would be just like, I don't know. I just wouldn't be here. I would just be probably watching those highlights still.
Them highlights still, them 2011 highlights still get watched.
15 years later.
Shit, them layups is crazy.
That's like the equivalent of us watching Josh Gordon's one season with.
I still watch that sometimes.
That shit makes me honestly. If I think about it too hard, I'll cry.
Josh Gordon with the Browns?
With the Browns, they ruined his career all because
never mind. I was gonna say a joke that I don't know how y'all.
Just go ahead. You already said I have wet dreams over LeBron. What the fuck?
I was gonna say I knew Josh Gordon was someone. I went to the bathroom in his mall. Never mind.
What? P, come on. We can stop at that fucking.
Episode 300 is great content, bro. Come on, episode 300.
He talks stupid.
No, real shit though. I love Josh Gordon too, bro. Josh Gordon is the truth, bro. You know, the truth. He kept fucking up, and in the NFL kept saying, "Come on, another chance."
He said, "Well,
1,600 yards,
when
9
he signed
touchdowns."
with the Pats, bro.
He signed out with the Pats. I thought it was on, bro.
Stop. We got to move on. I feel the tears.
I might watch some of them highlights tonight in bed, man.
I got a Josh Gordon jersey.
You do? That's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Josh Gordon jersey. That's how great he was. He was a hero to us. I'm not even gonna say he wasn't. He was smoking weed and he was dropping 200 yards a game
easily, bro.
Like without like back-to-back games, 200 yards. It was some legend shit. And
on the Browns,
bro, on the fucking Browns. Who's good with Cleveland? There's been like in all of Cleveland sports. There have been like 3 memorable guys in the last however many years.
Braylon Edwards was one.
Would you say Braylon Edwards? I respect the fuck out of that one.
Gotta mention Peyton
Hillis, who was on the cover of Madden.
Joshua
Pryor, who
Peyton Hillis just saved his nieces and nephews too. So
it's Josh Gordon, and then in all of Cleveland sports, LeBron James and Kyrie. These are the only guys that really have some. And of course, recently now there's a little bit more standing in Cleveland. But
Derek Anderson was the quarterback for that 10-6 Browns team too. Give him some love.
He was getting the ball thrown by Jason Campbell, Brandon Whedon, Brian.
To be like that in Cleveland, you have to be different. He was first team All Pro.
You know who else is on that Browns team? He's done some weird shit. So
Dante Stallworth,
Winslow Jr.
Bro, he did.
Kellen Winslow, yeah, he did. But when his prime of football,
his pops,
his pops Hall of Famer. But in his career
too.
When he was with the U and then he went to the Browns, I thought Kellen Winslow Jr. was about to take over the league.
You're not the only one. Kellen Winslow had a lot of hype.
He was supposed to be a great player.
He played for the Jets too, right?
He played for the Jets. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be great with us.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
me too.
He's no Dustin Keller.
No. Dustin Keller's a legend.
Jet legend.
Dustin Keller.
Jet legend.
It's my fucking guy. When he went to the Dolphins,
it was so.
Who y'all favorite Jets player ever? We was at the bar this one time, like we was at this restaurant bar thing, and they was naming all of these different accolades. And my girl, she was there, and I was like, "That's Joe Namath." They like playing some trivia game, and I like watch I get all these shits right, and it was Joe Namath. So y'all don't fuck with Joe Namath, or was that just way?
It's another legend.
1969.
If I'm talking about like my personal favorite Jets players ever,
Got your ass.
That's crazy.
No, that's up there, Pierre. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought he was gonna be the truth.
Yesterday, the Hall of Fame game was on. The Browns and the Jets. Zach Wilson got 5 pass attempts. I was sitting on a couch and I was with my girl watching the game. Zach Wilson completes a 56-yard pass. She looks over. She looks over her shoulder and looks at my face, and she's like, "Are you tearing up?" And I was like, that was an amazing pass.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's an amazing pass. I'm tearing up right now thinking about that moment. My goodness.
What went wrong with him?
He was ass. He just wasn't good.
You know what, P? You said no more with the sucks. I'm sorry, bro. He's not. He was an NFL player.
Compared to the NFL players, he sucks, bro.
He
wasn't good.
He just didn't meet expectations.
So is your Zach Wilson like my Cam Reddish?
That's
way
similar.
worse.
Yeah.
This is way worse.
But my favorite Jet though, Mark Sanchez. I love Mark Sanchez. And in the playoffs, he was amazing.
Revis is definitely my favorite Jet.
Yeah, for sure. For me too.
I did not know Revis let himself go like this.
Oh, yeah, he got put on a little weight.
Hefty.
Yeah, it's retirement weight. He's chilling.
Back.
Yeah, all the sacrifices he made during his career. He's allowed.
I love Sean Green. You know who's one of my least favorite Jets in the past like 15 years? Santonio Holmes, bro.
Santonio
Holmes was underwhelming.
Talk about it.
He was, yeah, but it's also that was just our offense was run heavy. He wasn't going to put up there 1,300 yards.
Who was his quarterback? Chad Pennington, Santonio?
No, that's it. Nah, I was going to say Santana Moss.
Oh, I'm thinking about
Santana Moss. You're saying
Santana
Moss is a Jets legend.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Santana Moss.
Edwards more than Santonio.
But why though? Santonio wasn't bad with y'all.
He wasn't bad.
There was hype.
Crying.
You don't
at
think
that.
Braylon was better than Santonio?
I don't think so.
I mean, neither of them ever had 1,000 yards.
Wait, I thought Santonio had 1,000 one year.
Not with the Jets. I think most he had was like 800-900. I was just looking at the other day because I was watching the Jets Hard Knocks from fucking 2010.
Yeah, he never his
Santonio
best
Holmes,
with the Jets was 746.
You're 100% right.
What
he played 16 games and had 6
damn. Yo, that fucking 2009 season. Oh my god. 1248.
Yeah,
what was his best year with the Steelers?
Yeah, that 1248 season. Jesus Christ,
I was coming off the toe tap.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Who
threw him there? Was that Antoine Randall?
That was Ben. Ben threw that touchdown.
Did Antoine Randall throw a touchdown in that Super Bowl?
Yo, I think that was the 2000.
Yeah,
that was the Seahawks one.
Yeah.
That was the Seahawks touchdown.
Okay. Seahawks. Oh, I hated to see. Hey, Sean Alexander.
That
was the James
the bum ass accessories, them little elbow guards and shit with no gloves. Oh, Sean Alexander was fucking. His swag was nasty. He was raw though.
My boy Kevin is the only Seahawks fan I know. I think he has a Sean Alexander poster and all that. He doesn't even have conversation about him with how much he loves Marshawn Lynch. Like Marshawn Lynch is just by far and away his guy. And I did something pretty horrible. I feel like it's episode 300. We're talking shit. So there was this trend on TikTok. I saw that you tell one of your guys that their favorite celebrity passed away.
Oh, you.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
Someone tell me I was drunk. I was feeling. I was in a terrible mindset. I can't say I wasn't. I go to him. Oh my God, Marshawn Lynch dead. 37. I never seen someone's heart drop to their stomach so fast.
I start crying.
I felt like shit. I didn't even hold it longer than 2 seconds. I said, I'm joking. I'm sorry. He goes to me, that's probably the meanest thing somebody's ever done to me.
That's fucked up.
Nah, it's pretty horrible. I had to say the story to get it off my chest, so I didn't live with
that. Pool dead.
No, you woke up, you told me Tatum's dead. I'm not proud of the crib for a week, bro.
Joking about death is crazy.
Yeah. It was a trend on TikTok.
TikTok is nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Seriously.
I hate to say that I laughed at that video, but I did.
Y'all don't like, what is his name? Curtis Martin?
That's another legend.
That's a little before my time when I started really watching.
Yo, who are your Cowboys?
That's a good one.
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo definitely number one. That goes
God, I love that man.
I love Tony Romo.
You know, Miles Austin is from a town, a couple towns.
Oh, he is?
He went to school at Monmouth.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really?
Garfield, yeah.
Wow. That's what's up. Yeah, Miles Austin had some years with us. Definitely Jason Witten, Tony Romo. I feel like it's somebody that I'm kind of forgetting about.
Let me ask you, bro, you a Roy Williams kind of guy?
I love Roy Williams, but I love Roy Williams with the Lions and with the Texas Longhorns.
Not so much that running back that y'all had, Demarion Barber?
Yeah,
no, Marion
Barber.
Yes, Marion Barber. But what's my boy name? What's after him?
I'm blank. DeMarco Murray?
Yes.
Yeah. DeMarco was
man. He had me going crazy.
He was dog shit with y'all, but then goes to Tennessee and was actually firm for a season.
He was with Chip Kelly.
That was when we built that super team, right?
Yeah. No, it wasn't the super team. I don't think.
The super team year was 2010.
Oh, was that Chip Kelly that year?
That was Chip Kelly.
Yeah, they traded everyone. That fucking Jeremy Macklin was gone. Shady was gone.
Deshaun was gone.
I gotta say this just because Cole Beasley was man.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Cole Beasley was That was my.
Him and Tony had fun.
Who are your favorite current Cowboys right now?
That's a good question. I don't really know.
Do you vibe with Dak Prescott or no?
Yeah, because I mean he's my quarterback, but if he wasn't, Terrell Owens.
Another
Come on,
legend,
man.
of course.
Terrell Owens is just
already.
Pac-Man Jones too.
Did you think that's my quarterback remind you of Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But definitely CD Lamb. I like Tony Pollard a lot, but it's tough to get too attached to the Cowboys just because me and Joel text about it. They'll let you down, bro. They'll let you down. I'm a big Cowboys fan, but I try to tread lightly. Kind of the same thing with the Knicks, where it's like, yeah, I'm a Knicks fan and I'm rooting for us, but I can't let myself go into that territory where you just get heartbroken. So it's just like, I'll fuck with the Cowboys.
This is a basketball episode. I know we're having fun, but talk to me about your Knicks guys then. Who are your favorite Knicks players?
Like currently or ever?
We can do both.
J.R. Smith.
Okay.
J.R. Smith, like one of a kind, easily.
Steve Novak.
I was looking at the score.
Early Danilo Gallinari. I love Danilo. I love Landry Fields. Stephon Marbury.
That team was fun, bro, because that was when Stoudemire was tweaking.
Yeah.
He hit that buzzer beater against the Celtics that didn't count. That shit.
I remember Chris Duhon.
He just put him in his what's it called? In his grids. Chris Duhon. He did. Facts.
Chris Duhon was there too. Eddie Curry.
Steve Novak is one of my favorite ones.
Chris Copeland, the last 3 weeks of the season for the Knicks.
Damn, what happened? That cheap ass Wi-Fi y'all got.
That's your Wi-Fi, bro.
That's me. I got two monitors here right in front of me, and this one
supposed to be the rich guy too. Come on, bro. What's going on?
I never said no shit like
allegedly. Facts. He
never said no shit like that. And then in current Knicks, who I like current Knicks? I love Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is my guy. He just plays the game well. Mitchell Robinson too.
He's a fine ball player.
Plays the right
and
way.
Jalen Brunson and Dante DiVincenzo.
He plays the right way. DiVincenzo, facts.
That hurts.
Hey,
he's a good player.
He was.
That boy can hoop, man.
Tell me about this. We have this underrated, overrated, properly rated.
I'm actually about to cut
two of your three favorite players that are in here: Carmelo and Paul George.
Kristaps Porzingis is too. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I gotta give Kristaps his love with the.
You're a Celtics fan now? The unicorn, man.
Actually, rooting for the Celtics now? I would never be a Celtic fan, but I root for the Celtics sometimes because I like Tatum and I like Porzingis.
My mom just put it in the chat. She said no Ewing.
No.
Damn. That's cool.
No. I like him though, but I'm not gonna say he's my favorite because he's the most popular.
No, I'm just saying like he's one of your guys. You just named me like 20 guys. Is he?
Not one. Nah, I don't. He's a big man. When I was a kid growing up, first of all, he's after my time. I was born in '95, but like
not that old.
I was never even then I would never be like Patrick Ewing highlights. Like you
a lot of middies.
It was Raymond Felton.
A lot of on the blocks.
Raymond Felton
highlights are hard.
Raymond Felton had it.
That Nick year was crazy.
That was fun, man.
J.R. Smith, man. J.R. Smith highlights all day.
That buzzer beater against what was it? Bobcats?
On the road.
Yeah.
That was
to win. Jason Kidd threw that to him. Yes. And then he had another one a week later against the Suns.
Yes, he did. That was his sixth man of the year, right?
He was on some shit that year.
Should have been an all-star.
Pierre, Carmelo Anthony, underrated, properly rated, or overrated? What do you think?
Underrated. Carmelo Anthony is underrated. I just think that the new age cares too much about shit that real hoopers don't care about. I don't care about a championship. I only care about championships when I'm talking about the top players that have ever played. But when we start talking about the 37th best player to ever play, I don't give a fuck about his championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like when you talk about championships and all of that thing, that's when you talk about the top 10 players. Like, oh, Michael dominated, went perfect. So that's cool. But like Robert Horry has more championships than Carmelo Anthony, but we know who's a better player. So it's like,
I feel like that conversation when it comes to the championships, it's more so in regard to comparing players that are in their realm. So like a Paul Pierce and a Carmelo Anthony. But
I still wouldn't do that though. You know why? Because certain people had certain things this is how I would look at it. When you look at Carmelo Anthony's career, based on the teams he's been on, how those teams performed, was there ever a year you felt like his team should have won a championship?
I wouldn't say championship, but I feel like I look at that Knicks season and think y'all should have went to the ECF.
The year we lost to the Pacers?
Yeah.
I agree.
I also think that year that they went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, he lost to Kobe.
That's fine.
And they put up a good fight.
I agree with you, but
he was a dog.
And you also had some unfortunate matchups. Wasn't there a year in the first round you had to face the Heat?
Yeah, the year before the Pacers year.
That's when JR hit that reverse dunk on LeBron.
Yeah, but the only year that I look at Melo's career and think you should have did more was the 2012 season.
So yeah, I think he's underrated, and I think also another part is with him and Chris Paul and even Charles Barkley, they don't have rings, but those dudes are winners. Carmelo's first 11 to 12 years in the league, he made the playoffs, man, like out of the gate.
For sure,
out of the gate. Chris Paul don't have a ring, but Chris Paul has done a lot, and I'm not the biggest Chris Paul fan either. I'll put that out there. But to say Chris Paul is not a winner because he doesn't have the ring is crazy. When you look at his career, he's won a lot more than he's lost. To me, that's a winner. So I'm gonna say Carmelo Anthony is underrated. He shouldn't have went out the game the way he did. And those little years where the analytics came in and they didn't really know how to place him, and they were trying to take away his midi to make him a standing 3-point shooter, that kind of fucked him over. Those are some prime years he still had left when you think about it, and that's just unfortunate.
And just for conversation purposes,
let me not say prime years, good years. I'm sorry.
And just for conversation purposes, when he first went to OKC, there was expectations with that team as well. And then, of course, they asked him that question of, hey, would you consider coming off the bench? And he made that whole big thing. It was a big moment. He was like, you hear him, bro? He's going to say I'm coming off the bench. And that kind of became a defining moment towards the back of half of his career because he wasn't seen as a quote-unquote team player, someone that couldn't adjust to their role. And ironically enough, that ended up being the case with OKC, where they struggled. They were an underwhelming team, and they were supposed to have success that they necessarily didn't have. To have the conversation of underrated, properly rated, and overrated with Melo is tough because how do you look at him? Carmelo Anthony was an elite scorer who really, throughout the entire his career, like P said, which I agree with, he was never on a team that was an overwhelming favorite. Maybe you look at 1-2 years where he kind of underachieved or his team underachieved, more specifically that 2012 Knicks team. But other than that, consistent in the playoffs, put up great numbers, really was pretty much for a majority of his career, the same player in both the regular season and the playoffs. The only knock to him could be that he wasn't the easiest to play with and wasn't a team player. There's conversations that I believe it was Chauncey Billups that came out and says there was nights that he could drop 30. They lost. He's happy. He's giving high fives. Hey, guys, we'll get him next time. They could win. Melo didn't have the best of games. He's not the happiest of dudes. That's one thing that you look at. But in terms of pure basketball, I mean, I think he's properly rated. He's one of the best scorers this game's ever seen. Solid defender, obviously good rebounder. It's like, what more can we look at Carmelo Anthony and ask him to win a championship? Sure. But I feel like that doesn't take away from his overall skill.
I feel like those stories always come out with guys who don't win a championship, by the way.
Yeah.
But Carmelo won a championship, I don't think we hear a story like that.
And again,
it's a pick your poison because a lot of people hate Kobe. No, you're good. A lot of people hate Kobe because Kobe, he would have lost those games and he wouldn't have talked to his teammates. But then now Melo is they tearing down Melo because he was high fiver. But it's like Kobe's evil when he does it. Now Melo's too. It's just like it's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be something.
And there's also another thing that I hate to highlight, but it's just immediately you say that it enters my mind. The Redeem Team documentary, right? They're talking about how Kobe Bryant kind of changed the way that Wade worked out, the way that LeBron worked out, because Kobe we out getting shots up at 4:30 a.m. and Melo's having these conversations saying, I wasn't waking up until 5 o'clock. It's like there was also different levels of. Oh, listen, it's as you know, of course, regular people, we understand that not wanting to wake up at 5, but when it's your life, that's your career, you're trying to get to a different level. There's different heights. Wade and LeBron decided, hey, I want to experience what that is, and then you kind of see the levels of skill between the three of them.
And
that's kind of the ironic story of that.
8, 9 o'clock.
No, there was naps. There's naps in between the periodically of the day. But that again, when your life
workout again,
when your life is basketball, you orient it to how you can perform at peak levels.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I think that's unfair too, because I think even if Carmelo woke up and did that shit, he probably still not on their level. I don't think there's anything Melo could have did to be LeBron or Kobe Bryant.
I don't think you got to wake up at 4 a.m.
But it's like he still had the athleticism. It's just a matter of utilizing it to the peak potential.
I mean, for me, I think Carmelo is properly rated because I do think there's a group of people out there that feel like because of his game, because of the aesthetic of it, that he could have, like, he's up there with the best scorers of all time. But I think he's not quite on that type of level. And the underrated portion, I understand he didn't win, and that's why people underrate Melo. But I think Carmelo Anthony was probably the perfect number 2. I know for most of his career, he was the number 1 go-to guy on a team, but he just wasn't going to be beating teams that were led by superior players. So for me, I viewed Carmelo as the perfect player for a secondary role. And the deficiencies in his game are also there. You know, defensively, he did not play defense. The passing was also a concern with the Knicks. He kind of cleaned that up a little bit, but it was still something. I wish that the Knicks gave him a better roster in his later years with us because the rosters were completely horrible, but the passing was an issue. The defense was an issue, and the shot selection also, even though he can make those tough shots. I think those things all add up to me saying, you know what? I don't think he's as bad as people try to make it seem like, but I also don't think he was this historically great score top 5 ever, and people sometimes try to put him in that conversation.
We saw a nerd sesh I know went a little bit viral because
Carson
had
was he said that about.
I felt like he wanted to get in that bag.
Yeah, they had a topic.
He did.
He
did get in his bag.
Personal, right?
The personal, I don't know.
Not like personal, like he's throwing jabs, but like he went deep in his stat.
I think it was more so the people responding to him were getting personal and getting a little emotional. That's where you kind of
Twitter came back and clapped back at him. Almost everyone was saying, "How could you say Melo's overrated?" Which makes me think that he's probably rated at this point. Because to P's point, like nobody's going to be putting Melo in top 10, 20 of all time. But what Melo was great at, he was fantastic at. So I don't think you could sit here and knock a guy who's, you know, top whatever, 70, 80 of all time and say, oh, you know what, since he wasn't a great defender, since he wasn't a great passer, you can't look at the deficiencies of really good but not, you know, top 10 type players to knock them. When you look at Melo as a scorer, I mean, you know, in terms of one-on-one get a bucket guys, he was one of the best in the league for a long time. Charger.
For me, next thing we have here is Paul.
Good point, Dehls. I agree. That's the new age. They just sit around and try to pick at shit.
I'm getting that for
that they wasn't there for.
With Paul Pierce, I think he's starting to get a little bit underrated now, but I think he's done it to himself because he constantly tries to compare himself with Dwayne Wade, and he's not on Dwayne Wade's level. But I think people forget how great Paul Pierce was for a long amount of time.
Well, Melo is properly rated.
I was gonna say,
to talk about Paul Pierce, I think he's still
underrated.
I think he is underrated. I think he's underrated because I think and it's same thing with Melo. I feel like there's a group on the right side that are using stats, analytics, and not just going back and watching film and using just a bunch of numbers to kind of dictate what type of player this is. And there's the other end of the stick where it's like, hey, no, we watched this guy play. We grew up with this guy. He was actually a really good player. And we never tried to put him in, like, nobody ever tried to say Melo was a top 3 player or Paul Pierce was top 5 player in the world. But they were just like, yo, when you come to play and you come to see him, this is a tough game. He's one of them ones. He can give you buckets. I remember, like, us as kids.
There wasn't conversations of Melo being around that top 3, top 5 conversation at one point in time.
I don't think he was ever at any point better than Wade, Kobe,
that 2012 season. Okay.
At their best,
I
want to say. So, and I think with Pierce, like, we used to watch him give LeBron buckets, like, sit there and go out there in the playoffs, the truth, hit game winners. So I think Paul Pierce gets, like, forgotten a little bit with the casuals of the basketball world. But in terms of, like, people who know ball, I think they pretty much they rate Paul Pierce pretty well. Like, he's one of the best Celtics players ever. He's an underrated small forward, but he's still really good. One of the best 2000s players. Hall of Famer, got his ring, was one of the best playoff players, one of the best clutch players. Like, we know what Paul Pierce is as a player.
I think he became hated because he goes on ESPN and he has a lot of takes that just don't make any sense. So people, because of that, bash his playing career.
Stupid.
Yeah, like
stupid.
And to be fair, we talked about in the last episode, like, he's not fucking Dwayne Wade, right? But I mean, it's also that pre-Big Three, like, he was putting up those numbers of the elite players. He was averaging 26, 27 in those early mid-2000s. The Big Three gets there, obviously his numbers take a dip, but then he gets a championship. So when you were on that team, you were having the debates like, oh, was KG the best player? You had one at the time, best three-point shooter of all time, Ray Allen. So you're like, oh, well, kind of how we had the arguments for LeBron later down, like, oh, you need to build a super team to win your championship. So I feel like kind of the negative comments that went towards Paul Pierce later in life is the reason why he's getting hated now. But if you go back and look what Paul Pierce was doing in those early and mid 2000s, he was a top 10 player in the league, pretty easily. So I think he's underrated. But I think if you go out and ask on Twitter and you do a poll, is Paul Pierce underrated, overrated? You're probably getting 70-30 people saying overrated.
Talk to me, P.
Oh, Paul Pierce is properly rated. I'm not judging shit off nothing Twitter's saying, bro. Twitter is not good for basketball.
I don't disagree.
The issue with that, though, is I agree with you 100%. There's a lot of people that get up on Twitter, and again, everyone has an opinion. That's life. But I feel like that's where you can gauge a good amount of people's
public perception.
Exactly. That's exactly the words I would use. It's the public perception of how does someone or how does the majority judge an individual? And I'm with you, P. You're right. I can give a fuck about what Twitter says, but it allows me to understand that when we look at Paul Pierce, they're going to disrespect his name on Twitter. And yes, that could be because he throws himself in conversations with Dwayne Wade when that shouldn't be. But that's a segment.
But that's a
segment. Go ahead, P.
That's not a real perception, though, because like Dehls said, a lot of people have different reason on why we're saying that. We know on this panel of us five, we're all judging each player that Joel is asking us about on basketball. So the person who's now saying Paul Pierce is overrated because ESPN, well, some shit either on ESPN or because they're a Miami Heat fan, or they might have not liked his last year with the Clippers because they're a Clipper fan. Like, all of those different things aren't real perception. Mm-hmm. Perception is how he was as a basketball player. That's the conversation we're having. That's why Twitter is not really a play. I'm on there because it's part of the social media network, and obviously we do what we do, but I'm not going on there really gauging anything real unless I know who I'm talking to and I value their opinion. You know what I'm saying? But
sure,
to say it's not genuine, and everybody wants to have a voice and an opinion, but nobody wants to put the work in to have valid points and opinions. So what people do is they'll watch what I say, they'll watch what you say, and then they'll formulate their opinion based off word of mouth. That's not a genuine perception. Versus me, you, all of us having a conversation off of shit we've seen and we feel and we know, and it's all genuine. And it's not like, oh, I heard somebody bring up the point that this. I didn't even know that happened, but now I'm finna use it in my argument. That don't make sense to me. So I feel like Paul Pierce is properly rated, and Twitter can be a good place. But the reason I say Twitter is bad for basketball is because a lot of people just it's narrative driven. So like basketball talk and basketball in general, it has to always come from a genuine place for it to hit. If it's not genuine, if I'm a Miami Heat fan, so I'm gonna just shit on Paul. I'm a Knicks fan. Paul Pierce can hoop. He like that. I'm a Kobe fan. Paul Pierce can still hoop. It's so much bias and so many things that people put into conversations that don't really matter with the actual basketball performance.
I was going to say.
And a lot of people don't know how to do that. That's why I tell people all the time, my favorite player is Paul George. He's not the best. There's a lot of people on Twitter who will tell you that their favorite player or their favorite team is the best team. No, bro, that's not how it works. The best player is not necessarily my favorite player. And that Twitter shows me that people don't know how to separate the two. And that's why I feel like everything has some type of biased opinion, a part of it that's not genuine. So, but shout out to Twitter.
Shout out to X.
So because of that, based on what you said, do you think Paul George is a little bit underrated?
Is Paul George underrated? I feel like Paul George used to be underrated because again, Twitter went with the bubble shit, which was very bad and very poor, but it became comedy, the side of the backboard shit, which again, even as a Paul George fan, I could say those are terrible and bad looks, but they started to take it overboard. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't make you a bad player because you hit the side of the backboard. You know what I'm saying? Or you had what was it called? It went from playoff P.
Yeah, the way off P, pandemic P.
Once jokes like that start to go viral and everybody, it's just funny. So now, and then people, that starts to create the perception. But Paul George has always been a phenomenal basketball player. What you said about Carmelo, I think helps for Paul George. I think Paul George is probably a really good number 2 post leg injury. Pre-leg injury, whole different conversation you'll have with me as far as number 1 option. But yeah, it's a big what if, because to me, pre-leg injury, he was on the heels of Kevin Durant. Now that's just me. It
sucks too because we saw, you mentioned 2019, Paul George, top 3 MVP, was a lockdown defender.
Top 3 DPOY.
He was unbelievable that season, and that was after the leg injury. There was heights that Paul George reached that he didn't reach when he was in Indiana by himself. And I'm with you, P. He played unbelievable basketball in Indiana. I watched duels versus him and LeBron.
Those are some of, my God, those are some of the
bro. Let's talk about like that is
those
are some of the
question
best
for all of y'all.
Celtic fan. I was some of the best games
as a Celtic fan. As a Celtic fan, thank you.
Unbelievable basketball.
Is that not a forgotten player? Paul George's
Indiana
stint.
It probably could be, but I'm just such a Paul George fan that I'm gonna be like, man, I'm gonna be hurt if somebody said that they don't remember it. But you can have a case for that, sure.
That game 1 ECF was ridiculous.
When
he tied the game up, then LeBron drive to the basket,
and they gave each other 5 at half court. Oh,
I'm actually talking about it. I got goosebumps. Like, bro, that is some unbelievable basketball.
Question for y'all.
I was worried about the Pacers. With the big 3 Miami Heat, I was worried about the Indiana Pacers.
They were nice.
Question. This just came up on the last podcast that we did because we did like something similar. I can't remember what it was. Prime Paul George, is it Indiana or is it that year with the Thunder because that was his best statistical year? Me and Kenny was going back and forth, and I don't know which one. Maybe it's no wrong answer, but I felt like the prime Paul George was Indiana because it was a collection of years versus this one standalone year with OKC. But his argument was he was top 3 MVP, top 3 DPOY. It's his best statistical year. That's their prime. It's his best version of it. I think he had a really good year, but them Indiana Pacer years to me was a prime Paul George because he was the guy carrying the team going head to head with the guy over the NBA and LeBron. But what do y'all think a prime of a player is? Is it that best year for them, or is it a collection of years?
Riv.
I don't think a prime could be 1 year.
I agree.
I think it needs to be like a collection. I do think OKC Paul George was probably the best version because he was probably the most complete at that time as a playmaker, as a defender, as a scorer. Like that was probably his best version. But in Indiana, you kind of saw like a collection of him being a two-way player. And that's what you always imagine with Paul George. So I think like prime, you can't have like 1 year. I think you could say that was like the best version at 1 year. But I think like his prime, you could probably say is like Indiana.
I think that's a similar argument for what we were talking about earlier with me taking 2010 Kobe over the 05-06 version where, Kobe in 05-06 had a better statistical year and he did carry a team, but then in 2010, you just like put it all together, was still great for an entire playoff run and won a championship. The reason why I say the 2019 OKC version is because I think he was just a more complete player. I think the playmaking adapted, the shot making was adapted, where Indiana Paul George, if he doesn't suffer the injury, then we're talking about him even being better than those heights than he was in OKC.
Slow that year too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he started off slow.
He started off very slow. You talking about the under year?
Yeah, he just went on shit like mad,
very slow,
crazy.
Like with Paul George, that version is a better athlete, is more fluid, 100%. I just think his game,
he's a better shooter after.
His game was more mature.
He was on before the injury was crazy.
But I will
say played with Russell Westbrook. Got to remember that he wasn't the number 1 guy. It's a whole different task. That's
what I will say is not the number one. He wasn't the primary ball handler, but he was probably the number one option.
He was the first. He was the
scoring option.
Scoring option. Yeah.
I think Paul George.
You know what I mean? P?
I do.
Indiana Paul George is more accomplished than any version of Paul George, any iteration. I think. Outside, the only argument could be Clippers Paul George when he led him to the WCF without Kawhi. But I think Indiana Paul George is definitely the most accomplished.
As a Paul George fan, how vindicated did you feel with that Jazz series?
I don't think I ever felt like that about any other player. And I'm a Kobe, Penny Hardaway, but Kobe had already had his rings. There was never a conversation with Kobe. Everybody knew Kobe was the guy. Who else? Some other guys that I fucked with. Penny. When I was older, Penny was like dealing with his injury, so I never even really got to see Penny as the guy. But for Paul George to be one of my guys and to see the conversations on him, and then for him to do that with no Kawhi, that was like, let's get it, man. Pandemic P my ass.
Nah, that was fire.
It's because Paul George.
But I love that for any player though. Even if it ain't my guy, I love that.
I only asked that because I know that Paul George is your guy.
Paul George's life is not life.
Sure.
Life crazy. Paul George is just
parent home.
Yeah, Paul George has been such a roller coaster because I remember when he went to OKC, like people were kind of bashing him from leaving Indiana, whatever.
Yes.
He goes to OKC that first year. They go into the playoffs. He starts off with back-to-back 30 balls, if I'm not mistaken. He has a solid playoff series against Utah, but they lose to Donovan Mitchell, Utah. He has that stinker game 6. Like, it was really fucking bad. Then the next year, he has the MVP year. He didn't play ball the last 2-3 weeks. Something was wrong with his shoulders. First time he played ball was that playoff game against Portland. He was good against Portland, but Dame hits the game winner in his face. He gets another.
He was OD against Portland.
He gets destroyed again. Then the bubble. He plays like shit. He gets destroyed again. Like that Utah, and even against Dallas, he wasn't great. He was all right against Dallas. But that Utah series, and even a part of that Phoenix series, like you needed that from him, like to feel like for Paul George fans to get that sigh of relief, like, all right, this is the monkey off the back. Like, this is the one that kind of brings us back to the old days and like kind of gives him that cushion. Because I do feel like he still gets underrated a little bit. I do feel like people forget that he's still a two-way player. He may not be the best perimeter defender, but he's an elite off-ball defender. He's a great shooter, good playmaker, great ball. Like, he's still a two-way player that's still like one of the 25th best players in the world, and people kind of forget that because he's injury prone. He plays. They still bring up the bubble and stuff like that. But I think like he still gets underrated in this game a little bit. He's still a solid, phenomenal all-star, and
goddamn,
like that series against Utah, he needed that. Like he needed that badly, and I think it was great for him. It was great for the organization just to get them, because Kawhi didn't get them to the WCF, their first ever. It was Paul George who got them to the first WCF, and that's something I think he definitely needed in his confidence.
He does that to himself as a PG fan sometimes. I think.
Sometimes
he just kind of fall back, and that's why I think he's better as a second option because he just falls into it. Yeah, he has that personality.
It's fucked up when you said playoff P.
But Kawhi's the same.
I mean, that's not a fire nickname.
It's OD fire, but
Kawhi play wise, Kawhi kind of takes the realms of this is my shit. Paul George will kind of be passive.
Kawhi's on. He's getting aggressive.
Kawhi is giving the ball
series. Yeah, for real. That just highlights how dominant Kawhi can be if he wants to get into that.
Paul George almost, the fact that he was so good so early on Indiana, and the fact that he was taking Miami deep into playoff series and as dominant as he was, once he had that leg injury, even though it was so horrific, I think people expected him to come back and just build on what he was. But the fact was, when you have that leg injury, it's obviously going to take years to come back. Then once he did come back, it's not fair to expect him to be the same type of guy he was in Indiana. His game changed. And even though, and I agree with you, Joel, I thought those, or at least that 1 year, 2019 in OKC, it was just a more mature version of his Indiana days. But the number one player type that he was building in Indiana, I felt like once he broke his leg, that kind of goes out the door, right? It's unfortunate. It's one of the biggest what ifs, but his game changed, and now he could go into being one of the best number twos in the NBA.
Bro, he did a 360 this year, and I swear to God, that was like the first time I've seen him do it in a game in like 8 years. Like, it's been so long. And he even said, he was like, I didn't even think I could still do that shit anymore. That's how
in Indiana he had a 360 windmill, if I'm not mistaken.
He was throwing down some shit.
Oh yeah, no,
he was throwing down some shit.
6'8" can move like that. The bag work.
Who was the second best player on that Pacers team. I just want the people at home to know
which one.
David West,
George Hill, David West. Between the two,
we talking LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh versus Paul George, Roy Hibbert, and David West, bro.
Like David West, please.
Pierre, listen, you rattled off all those names. That's why having a coach as great as Frank Vogel is important, and the big reason why the Suns are going to come out the West.
But forget about the Suns agenda. But we can talk Frank Vogel. I don't understand why there's conversations on his name like he's a bad coach or like has this reputation of not being.
It's only you guys did that
off of one season because literally the Russell Westbrook.
It's literally your fault.
Fit with the Lakers.
Going to the Lakers. If you're mediocre or below average on the Lakers, it changes your entire perception.
This is why
Mike Brown too.
Yes. P, this is why I'm 100% on your side when it comes to Twitter opinions. This is one of those people disrespecting Frank Vogel's name. Like, he didn't come in and immediately we had the #1 defense in the NBA. The year after, we were one of the best defenses in the NBA again. The year
Frank
after
Vogel was a good coach with the Magic too, for what he had, you know.
When he has the personnel, he's really, really good. He knows how to.
I think
he back-to-back ECF. It's like, when did suddenly the narrative on Frank Vogel's name become he's not a good coach?
Lakers.
And just the last year with the Lakers,
won a championship with us. He led for his specialty, which is defense. We had back-to-back seasons of being a top 3, top 5 unit.
I mean, no coach was fixing that Russ, LeBron, AD spacing issue.
That's the fact.
Russ leaves the team. Russ leaves the team, and then Darvin Ham now is getting all this credit, all this praise. When in reality, it was all fit. And yes, Darvin gets credit, of course.
You were comparing him to Steve Kerr.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you are.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Rafe, all right, what did I say?
I swear to God, you were putting him on Steve Kerr's level.
No, I was not.
Yes, you was.
Rafe, you're talking some dumb shit right
now.
You
literally was.
When we were previewing the series, I feel like there was some comment.
It was something with Darvin Ham, Steve Kerr.
You were the one that said to me, "You're the one."
Cat.
No, you want to throw some bullshit? Then this is fine. Let's go.
Because you can't say.
You just gave me an accusation. I'm gonna throw some shit back at you because you said that there's questions on Steve Kerr.
When you're
the one that said that Steve Kerr. That's bullshit.
You were.
That's not true.
What happened is we were previewing the Lakers and Warriors, and we said the Warriors have a coaching advantage, and then Drew was like, "But Darvin Ham is also a very good coach."
Oh, all right. Yes, that's fine. Even still, that's not me comparing Steve Kerr when you're the one that said Steve Kerr's in question.
No, so here's his question.
But you didn't say nothing wrong, Drew. If all Drew said was we have a good coach too,
I just thought you was comparing it because you talk about something. We give Darvin Ham this praise, but you were giving Darvin Ham this praise.
Now, Drew never said that Darvin Ham's better.
No, okay. Pardon me on that part.
He gets his praise too. No, I'm saying he gets his praise, but I'm saying in reference to Frank Vogel, they destroyed Frank's name, and they throw this unbelievable praise at Darvin. Which, yes, I do give credit to Darvin a lot of the time, but I also was critical on his rotations a lot during the season. He was playing. They were terrible at times, but that doesn't take away from the fact that people were giving Darvin this credit off fit when in reality Frank did not have that luxury his last season with us.
Now, to finish off episode 300, roundtable, give me a hot take for this upcoming NBA season.
Okay, I'll go because you know what? I'll let you go because we potentially could have the same one.
Well, what's yours?
Mine's that OKC will be a top 6 seed.
I knew I should have went first.
I had top 5, but I have a few.
He told you he was going to say yours.
I thought he was going to do something. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Well, mine could have been Lakers oriented, but everyone's expecting that. I'm gonna stop with the Lakers talk until the season actually starts. That's probably a blatant lie.
I guess I could find another one.
But regardless, I have the top 6 agenda for the fact that they overachieved last season. By overachieved, it's more so they exceeded everyone's expectations. Their idea.
The West is strong, man.
It is strong, but I saw SGA lead a group of guys, which, hey, they're not bad by any means. Giddey's getting better year to year, and his offensive games can become a little bit more polished. J-Dub in that ascension last season. Of course, Dort in his perimeter defense. Now they're adding Chet Holmgren, which is ultimately what they needed. They needed someone down low that could protect the rim. They needed that big presence. And yeah, they may have overachieved and put themselves in a position where they weren't a top 3 pick. But regardless, they still locked up Cason Wallace, which is going to help their perimeter defense. They're already a defensively sound unit. They go and they add more defense to the perimeter, which now allows a little bit of flexibility when it comes to Dort and whether or not they're going to extend him or not. That's just a conversation for a later day. But for this upcoming season, the defensive unit should be sound, especially now. They needed a big. oh, now they're getting their number 2 overall pick, Chet Holmgren, who is going to help solidify that a little bit more. And let's not forget Jalen Williams, who's one of the better hustle players, or was one of the better hustle players last year. Well, I believe, if not, was top 2, led the league in charges taken last year. He's just a guy that you want on your team. I'm looking at this unit.
You have a Warriors one?
Nah, I don't give
I have a Warriors one.
I have I'll go wild card. Detroit's making a play-in.
Okay. Interesting. I like that.
Cade, year 3 leap all-star.
Year 3 leap.
Yeah.
So now we just saying shit now.
It's a hot take.
It's a hot take.
I mean, Ivy's gonna be great this year. Jalen Duren's gonna be great. They added shooting.
Let's have a bet,
they added Monty Williams, great coach. They got a solid rotation.
So the Pistons would be better than the Bulls, the Raptors.
No, the Bulls will be locked into the.
Let's have a bet, bro.
Bulls, Raptors, Pacers, Hawks.
50 cash right now.
Keep going.
They're better than the Nets.
Nets.
Ooh.
The Pistons.
The Nets could fall.
Whenever y'all are ready.
50
splash right now. You got the Pistons. I got the Hornets.
On what?
Who will have a better record?
Don't take that, Riff.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Done.
Let's
go.
You'd rather have the Hornets?
The Hornets, I think, would be a better.
That's because he's a Miles Bridges.
I just stole money from you.
They were 2 years ago.
I'm not a Miles Bridges fan.
Don't stop. You stop. You stop it now.
No. Listen, hey,
it's okay.
I wouldn't call him a Miles Bridges fan. He was on path to.
Now he's
he
back.
Did some dumb shit. That's
LaMelo.
I haven't talked about Miles Bridges.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because he doesn't.
I used to be.
He doesn't play.
I used to be a Deshaun Watson fan. I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan no more.
Yeah. So why are you picking Charlotte?
Because LaMelo's better than any. He's the best player between those 2 teams.
And they were in the playoffs.
And they have good depth. Rozier.
That's what LaMelo has shown.
Mark Williams.
His floor
is
when he's on the court.
Okay.
And Miles Bridges also.
Steve Clifford.
Now you got Monty there. I think that's
not Charlotte. Well, how many games they
won?
won?
We just lost $50. We should.
I kind of like Detroit in this one.
That's why I think I like Detroit.
Y'all sleep on Mark Will too.
You say LaMelo being the best player didn't move me.
It could go either way.
You said Terry Rozier.
Mark Will had them as one of the better defensive units towards the end
you
of the
didn't know
season.
that. That's what they called us.
Yeah, I was gonna say until you did that TikTok at
you mentioned this.
I didn't know. I'm not saying I knew that.
In the video where we were doing trivia, they gave us a starting 5, and they were like, name the backcourt off the starting 5 or whatever. Name the team, right?
It was Rozier and LaMelo.
It was the Hornets, Rozier and LaMelo. I mentioned the Suns, and this guy said no. 4 guesses later, Riv is like, gotta be the Suns.
I'm dead.
Wait, how did that help your point that you didn't know that Terry Rozier
had 5
assists?
You named the Suns twice.
Wait, I would not have guessed.
Once again, how did that help your point?
I was want to guess the Hornets.
You guessed it on the 6th pick.
Did they show the attempts and the 3-point percentage?
6 weeks later.
Nah.
I was gonna say
Charlotte's okay. I mean, they're both ass. So
they are. Both would be a bit of a surprise.
It's a Taylor of the who's ass.
My hot take: the Warriors won't make the playoffs.
I don't. Okay, that's a cool, dumb hot take, but you wanna.
Nah, I'm not.
He's trying to get his $50 back. He's trying to get his $50
I like
back.
that hot take. For me, I have my
playoff or play-in. Like we'll lose in the play-in.
Yes.
Hilarious.
My thoughts on the aging teams in the West, like the Warriors, the Clippers,
the Suns.
You could throw us in that conversation.
No, because only KD's older, but D Book and Bradley Beal are well in their prime. I feel like the Warriors and Clippers, they might have a kind of drop off this year where the younger teams in the West pass them.
I think the Clippers would be all right if they're healthy.
We won like 10
that's the
games
issue.
in a row.
I don't know if they'll be healthy.
You're talking 6 seed facts. Yeah, y'all came crazy at the end.
If you were
of the
one game less, you would have been a fucking 10 seed.
You do know everybody played great and we didn't, right?
Okay.
Well, I have a couple hot takes for the season.
Lakers played great.
You have Derek fucking White.
He was all defensive team last year.
And Chris Paul's a Hall of Famer. We're here.
39.
Doesn't matter.
I most definitely would rather Derek White on my team right now in 2023.
I probably would too, for sure.
Me too.
Would I be surprised if the Warriors, if Chris Paul and Draymond are beefing? And
I mean, if Chris Paul starts, we're fucked. So hopefully, a lot to the best.
Would I be surprised if there's an on-court argument and the season just derails?
Here's the thing, Chris Paul, even with all that, what has Chris Paul shown over the last couple of years? I get it. He's not the same player. Any team he's on is making the playoffs. We counted out Chris Paul when he got traded to OKC. They made the playoffs.
But I'm not sure if the Warriors would be a top 5 seed.
I mean, I'd be shocked if we missed the playoffs. So if you
as long as Steph is playing, they're not missing the playoffs. I get where you're like. It's a good hot take.
It's a great hot take.
But
it's gold. If you get it now, the next minute,
it's
gold.
So for me, I have the Timberwolves as a top 3 seed in the West.
Okay,
it's gonna happen one of these years.
If you do this every year, it's not a hot take.
It is a hot take.
If you do it every year, it's got to hit eventually.
Anthony Edwards. Well, last year I said Anthony Edwards was going to take a leap into an all-star. He did. I said Jaden McDaniels was going to be all defensive player. He should have been. So the Timberwolves, the logic on it was facts.
I was wrong, but he should have been right.
Pierre, tell me, was Jaden McDaniels supposed to be an all defensive player this year?
No, he was.
Yeah, he should have, but he'll get it this year for sure.
Anthony Edwards, top 10 MVP candidate this year. He will lose to
no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Anthony Edwards, I believe. Top 10 MVP.
Who gives a fuck about the top 10 in MVP?
That's right. No, you're right, P. Well done. Good
this is my MVP pick. Luka Doncic is winning MVP this year.
Another hot.
That's not a hot take, but he gonna win.
I know people are they kind
he got skinnier.
They hear it every single year.
He's the betting favorite.
He is. I don't
know. He's always the betting favorite.
He is, because it's not even because he lost weight. It's just because one of these years it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're not expecting. You said you're not accepting my Timberwolves one. You're not accepting my Luka
because you made
one,
it last year.
So I'll give you another one. All right.
You gave us Tim's last year.
I'm like DJ Khaled. I'll give you another one.
Give it to me.
You gave
Indiana Pacers.
Lock
for the playoffs. Indiana Pacers top 6 seed in the Eastern
different.
Conference.
You gave us Tim's last year.
I like that one.
I like Pacers.
Indiana's good.
And then Luka's not really a hot take. He's gonna be the betting favorite. Everybody's gonna pick him again. And he's always in the top 6, 7.
No, but this will be the year he does.
It's gonna be Jason.
We're waiting on one. I mean, we all think he'll get like 3, 4 in his career. So we're waiting on that one.
You got one?
I'd say not. I don't really think so. I think the Hawks are going to take a significant jump. I think the Kings might drop a little bit, but I don't think those hot takes really.
So I'm saying
it depends on how high you have Atlanta. It could be a hot take.
Yeah, it's hard for me to put them super high because I mean the East is on lock at the top. You got Boston.
It's like top really.
Riv, excuse me.
Milwaukee.
P, who's your breakout player?
Outside of that, though, no Harden on the Sixers now.
I ain't believing that until that shit happened.
So
my break. Oh, you know what?
I hear that. There you go.
My hot take is that boy Ben is back.
That boy Ben is back. Oh, shit. I like that.
Ben Simmons. So if a hot take, Cade year 3 leap, is that a hot take?
That wasn't the hot take.
Look,
got him.
With the Pistons,
got him.
That's a hot take.
No, that wasn't.
No, I agree.
The Pistons, got him. The Pistons making the play-in is a hot take. Cade year 3 is part of Pistons making the play-in.
Hold up. But you've had that take last year. You had it last year too with the Pistons.
Yeah, and then Cade missed 70 games.
Yeah, that's unfair.
With the Timberwolves, Cat missed 50 games.
But they were kind of playing better basketball.
Good. Yeah, they were playing better without him.
They didn't have enough time to mesh. So if he
missed
missed 50
last
games,
year,
we ain't really
see it's gonna be decent. I don't know if they're gonna be top 3, but they're gonna be.
You can't say my hot take can't count because I said it last year when he said some shit last year, and he's saying it again. What do you mean?
Wait, hold on.
Wolves top 3 seeds not legit hot take.
The what?
Wolves top 3.
No, this is the thing. Okay, last year we all had the Timberwolves top 5. We thought they were gonna be a really good seed. You just went a little hot, and you would have won. That's not an extreme.
Pseudo one, number 2.
That's not an extreme.
No,
you did have them one. You had them one.
No,
and that's not an insane hot. That was just like you were going higher than the bar. We all had them as a locked playoff spot. Now they went to the play-in this year. They lost because somebody didn't play well, and then they got into the playoffs, lost to the Denver Nuggets. Now you're saying they're going to be top 5 locked.
Someone didn't play well was crazy.
Anthony Edwards averaged 30.
Now the play-in he struggled, but
I said the play-in.
I know defensively he was
Detroit literally won like 18 games, Doc. So if they make the play-in, that's like
a huge jump.
Well, like you said,
21 jump.
Number 1 overall pick to take a leap is not a hot take.
I mean, you
no, but his take was that the Pistons would be a play-in.
You tried to throw
my
the year.
take is that Timberwolves going to be a top
seed.
But
again, you just repeated that one from last year.
That doesn't mean it's not hot this year.
I don't disagree.
The NBA is hot. Best record in the NBA.
Say that.
Just do it again.
It's a hot take. The Suns making it out the West is a hot take.
That's not a hot take.
That's not a.
They were the betting, or it's probably the Nuggets, but they're second.
Just because we laugh at
your, just
because we laugh at the Suns,
don't mean will make the finals.
No, just because we laugh at the Suns doesn't mean it's a hot take.
Let me ask you, what's more of a hot take? Him saying that the Suns would make it to the finals, or me saying that Anthony Davis will win both MVP?
1,000% AD. Oh, that's like insane.
He's got to play 65.
That's ridiculous.
What the hell are you talking about?
The hot take.
Whoa.
That's ridiculous.
Respect AD for the love of God.
He would never do that.
65.
He might not.
My hot take, hand to God, I wrote it down.
That's a hot take.
And I deleted it. I say AD will play 72 games.
Oh,
now that's a hot take. That's a legit hot take. I like that. That's a hot take. I like that.
That's me talking to the good Lord and saying, please watch over Anthony. That's it. That's all I need. And he just signed his extension. That's something we got to talk about too.
60 mil.
Anthony Davis, Mr. Money. Get paid a man.
Guess who isn't the highest
paid
player
a man.
anymore?
What did I tell y'all? I literally said it the last episode. Give us some time. That contract gonna be fine.
I mean, doesn't Jaylen Brown still technically make more money than AD?
The total contract, but the annual.
You know what's actually a hot take?
You should.
And
annual is that's what it's about.
That's what matters. That's what matters.
This is the hottest take at the table that I might have said. And what's influencing me with this hot take is that he recently released some sneakers that are ice cream edition that really caught my eye. With a Asian company.
Jonathan Isaac?
Austin Reeves.
Oh, Austin Reeves
can be an all-star next year. And it's not crazy.
This guy's stealing my swag. It's disgusting.
Damn.
It's disgusting, actually.
Like Russell Westbrook will be an all-star game before Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves is gonna be tough, bro.
Austin Reeves.
If Austin Reeves doesn't average 19,
average 20.
He has to average 18.
He's a guard, right?
6.
Yeah,
the guard.
Steph.
He's not making it. That's why it's a super hot take. Supernova.
Is that a
this guy's an AR fan now.
Crazy?
He's an AR fan now.
What's more likely, AD winning DPOY or Austin Reeves getting the
AD winning DPOY?
AD should have been won DPOY.
He should have.
No, for now he has to play the games. He has to get to the game limit.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's something that we also have to keep in mind because the CBA is now that you get your Supermax off of All NBA. But to qualify for the All NBA, you have to play 65 games. Yep. It's going to be very interesting.
As long as you make All NBA in the last 3 years,
we're going to have Mikal Bridges.
But that's why I say, but the money that they're going to have to start paying guys like Mikal Bridges. No, because that's going to be a guy that's going to play the game.
You're going to see a second team with Mikal, Randall.
No, it's going to be crazy.
Bro, it's going to be crazy.
Gobert, Jaren.
Or let's just hope that our stars play.
Agreed.
Kawhi play 66 games.
But let's speak realistically.
They're gonna get hurt.
No, that they're gonna sit.
If they have more incentive to play games and make money, they'll play more games.
That's a good point.
Most of these old guys already they already made so much money. They probably don't even
no such thing.
But homework for all of you guys after the podcast, go look up Austin Reeves sneaker collab with the company.
They sold out already.
They're actually really cool. They're tough. He has an ice cream edition when the box is fucking fire.
He's a legend.
Huh?
You're copying?
Nah, I'm not.
He's a legend.
That's all the John Morant ones.
It's just they're like 150. I'm not finna drop 150.
150 is nothing.
For basketball shoes,
that's fine.
I don't even play basketball like
that's
that.
calm.
Yeah, what the fuck you be paying for your basketball shoes?
$100 for shoes is pretty normal. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
like Air Force Ones.
You're gonna have to buy again another month.
Are you paying 150 for off-brand sneakers though?
If it's Tatum,
if it's not Nike, if it's not Adidas, if it's
as a brand head,
if it's as nice as you are saying, yeah,
if you just call them fire,
yeah, but those are basketball shoes. I don't rock basketball shoes. I rock Salehi Bembry Crocs. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, talk your shit.
I got them shit. No, I don't got them shit on right now. I got Lucky Charms Crocs, but I got some Crocs right now.
Are you a Croc?
I fuck with the Crocs. I'm a Crocs.
Yo, Pete, you don't pop out in Crocs. You rather be called dead?
I do not own a pair of Crocs.
This guy's too cool for Crocs.
My goodness.
Actually, don't
shoes next to me. I got some.
I actually lost my slippers and I don't.
The Dior Air Forces.
Adidas slides, baby.
What I was gonna say.
Come on, man.
All whites.
That's my Crocs. I wear them bitches everywhere.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No, those is beat up. Those my beaters. I take the garbage out of them. I go on hikes in them bitches.
Beaters and it was off white.
They ran down.
Can I say hot take Shet winning DPOY?
In the fucking shit, bro.
King take $2. That's last super chat.
Okay, hot take is Evan Mobley.
That's not a hot take.
That's not a hot take. He was in fucking top 3 last year.
I'll tell you what, P, you're off the hook with your hot take because saying Ben Simmons is back. That's a good one.
Obi topping MIP.
Okay. I just think
that's a good one.
That's a hot take.
This guy's just
no. He's the hot take.
Oh
that's valid.
I've heard a bunch of people say that.
Yo, it's a hot take.
You know more people than us, P.
No, we on the same shit that y'all on.
I feel like I've not seen a lot of people pushing.
I've only seen Tyrese Halliburton.
Bro, as soon as Obi Toppin got traded, I said, boom, welcome him to the MIP conversation. Is he saying he's going to win it?
He's saying he's going to win.
He's going to win.
I'd say Jordan Poole leads league scoring.
Oh, yes, shit. Yeah.
This is what I'm saying about these hot takes. There are hot takes that are educated, that make sense, and then there's just saying shit. Jordan Poole leading the league in scoring is just saying.
He doesn't like to have fun.
Tatum MVP.
Old.
Real basketball talk is fun. Bullshit.
About the 1995.
I got a hot take. Nate Robinson gonna lead the league in scoring.
Oh my god! He just
where's the fun is that? Where's the fuck is the fun? Is that
Jordan Poole averages 27 points per game? I'm just gonna look at him and laugh.
The thing is, the leading scorer is gonna average 30.
Fred VanVleet gonna carry the Rockets to the playoffs.
Fred VanVleet. Oh my goodness. That's gonna wrap it up for episode 300. Pierre, thank you for being on the show.
Man. Come on, man. You know what it is. Yeah. I'm glad we was able to link up in Vegas too, man. I had fun with y'all boys. We got to do it again next year.
Yeah, facts. Yo, Pierre, you know what?
Yeah, I haven't seen y'all since. Everything was good, getting back home and everything.
Nah, we were good, bro. Nah, it was lit. Pete, question before we go. Of course, you know what it is. Is there anything you want to shout out before you go, bro?
Shout out to the 300 episode.
Sir. Big facts.
Pick a Side podcast. Look at that. Is that Paul? Oh no, that is Paul George. Why is Russell Westbrook on there? We ain't talking about his ass at all.
We didn't. We fake spoke about
John
him.
made the thumbnail.
Shout out to John too. John was out there in Vegas getting lit. Boy, that boy out of control.
You guys can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Pick a Side Podcast, on Twitter at Pick a Side Pod. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
300.